Tasty Dave and Stephen R. Kilbrett's team gets crushed by the T-Bans in fantasy football.
I wonder whose team it was.
Why are you shaking your head no? Why do I see the head shake no? Because of what?
Because he understands.
Because what? You don't agree with the fact that I crushed you?
Oh, I understand fully with that.
He totally agrees. That's why he's shaking his head.
Well, here's the problem.
What's the problem? You have a problem?
I have no problem.
I went to the draft.
And I left the team as an owner.
I gave him every chance. I gave him in the trade in the week preceding. I gave you Deuce McAllister, and indicative of the coaching on your squad, in your franchises, in your organization. You didn't even start him. Meanwhile, Deuce McAllister goes crazy, running out of his mind, and he's on your bench.
It's really sad when that wouldn't have even helped you.
What was that?
And it's really sad when that wouldn't have even helped you.
That wouldn't even have helped you, that's right. I'm glad you noticed that.
We like to sit the players for a week to get them to know the system and meet everybody and all that. So you just don't want to throw them in there.
Bring him in slowly.
Yeah.
Like Terry jumping off that flaming sinking ship. I'm out of here and my money.
Well, the crap is certainly sinking to the bottom in fantasy football. And your team, you can forget it.
Team turd.
Team turd is what, 1-4? What is your team record there, Pastela?
It's 1-4.
1-4? An absolute fantasy football disgrace.
Who lost to us? That's terrible.
Whoever lost you must be hanging their head in freaking shame. But you'll be happy to know that if I win, all the money goes to charity. So you are happy that I won, right?
Rooting for you, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
We're done.
You are done.
You gotta win out now.
Fire sale all your players.
Basically.
Take any cash that someone will offer you.
Nobody wants them.
$5 here, $5 there. Sell them off.
I was looking at his team to try to rip him off on a trade, but I'm trying to figure out who would start on my team.
If Hotshot offers you a $5 bill, give him your best player.
Sounds good.
I bet it does. I bet it does. You have no players on your squad that even are as good as this guy.
You know what, there, though, BC? You know, the Giants won. The Giants won, and you asses lost. Asses, son of a bitch, mother.
Okay, there he is. He's obviously
He's
ready
prime.
he's ready to attack the week, yes.
Is he on the waiver wire? Let's pick him up.
Yeah.
For those down in the Bay, Terry,
Yeah.
as opposed to up in the Northwest football team known as the Seahawks had no game this weekend.
Right.
Although they lost their spot in first place in the NFC West, the Niners convincingly beat up on the Oakland Raiders, Terry.
Oh, good.
And have won their second game of the year. Did they win more than 2 games last year? I don't think so. I think they just matched their complete output of the win column of last year.
I think so.
Wow,
Nice
good
job.
deal.
Way to go.
Congrats.
Intervention on this
geez.
one.
What was that, John?
Where's the intervention?
For you, it happened about 5 years ago. You don't remember?
No, I'm having an issue right now. I want intervention.
Oh, you're having an issue. Well, that's a good day for him when he only has one issue, Terry.
No, I'm a little upset, but I'm following football, so I'm a little excited that the Giants won. But right now, I'm having a situation, and I want all interventionists to call
All
the
interventionists,
program
yes.
at 1-866-663 TMAC.
Yes, if your business card says interventionist, please call the program right now. John,
I'm
needs your
having the
assistance.
issue, and I want somebody to effing help me.
Yes, not freaking, but effing. He wanted to make sure he phrased it
Oh,
just
can
right.
I say the word?
To emphasize.
Get your finger on the dumb button.
No, you're
No,
not
it's
going to
okay.
say the
Oh,
word.
jeez. He didn't say it, did he?
No, I don't know.
I think he might have. Said it.
Why is he rooting for the Giants?
I don't know why he's a New York Giant fan, and I don't know what he wants from an intervention. Let me take a break because I have to let the delay system reload now.
Okay.
Interventions have to happen with people who actually care about the person. That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
You're not going to find 5
That's
people
going
that
to
care.
be tough.
And then when we get back, we'll find out why John wants an intervention.
All right.
Amongst all the reasons you can imagine, we'll find out what his reason is after these words.
This just in, Madonna is not adopting a baby in Africa.
Oh, phew, I was really worried about that all weekend.
Yeah, were you? So was I.
Tossing, turning.
Good sleep tonight, though, boy.
Yeah, I'll get a good night's sleep tonight knowing that's all settled. I'm glad that's all worked out.
This just in,
Yeah, right.
Madonna is not adopting adopting a baby in Africa.
Okay.
She is in the African country of Malawi on a charitable mission, visiting with orphans and donating copies of her kitty books. And that's today's couples news.
Yes, couples news.
Where's the husband in the whole couple?
There is none. It's just Madonna and her partner of South Africa.
Oh,
Yes.
that was the couple.
That's the couple. They're a match made in heaven.
Got it.
Yes. Okay.
The ship just sank. That's today's couples news.
Hey, we have to have couples news. Yeah.
You're right.
It's
You're right.
sponsored by Calgon.
Kids are like, these books are great, but give us some food.
We're starving. How are you supposed to read when you're so hungry?
Oh my God.
Yes.
So are you taking me home or what? They're not here, Chief.
They're not in their language.
And everyone knows Calgon takes you away. But yeah, that was years ago. Anyway, what do you have there, Terry? What's going on in the world besides the fact that the American League and National League Championship Series begins tomorrow for the American League? Is that right?
I think so, yeah. Tomorrow.
And then Wednesday for the National League.
Wow.
It's going to be the Mets against somebody.
Somebody. Good.
Either obviously Oakland or Detroit. You take your pick, Terry. That's a nice flip a coin series. That's a tough one to figure out.
Right.
Oakland's got a nice balance. Nice. Should I rub it in here on hopscotch with this prediction on Friday
Oh,
that
that's
the
right.
Twins were going to come back and win the series in 5? And I said they won't even get to Johan Santana in Game 4. Did I not say that?
You did.
Did I say Johan Santana has pitched his last game for the season?
You did.
Because they were not going to win Game 3. It was going to be a sweep by Oakland. Did I say that, Terry?
Yes.
All right, then I won't tell him I told him so.
That's good.
Even though you just did.
Yes.
But,
They brought their brooms
Yeah, they did.
to the Oakland County Coliseum, and now it's Oakland against Detroit, and this one's a tough one. Oakland may have the upper hand because they have home field. Home field is important, Terry. Get your blood pumping.
When was the last time that either of these two teams were, anywhere near?
Well, Oakland's in the postseason almost every year, Terry,
Okay.
but who's counting? And but they've had a history of choking, not this year, as told to you by me. But I won't tell you. I told you so.
What about Detroit?
Detroit has been. It's been a while, Terry.
Oh.
Yeah, they haven't won a playoff series since the 80s.
Whoa.
Yes, I think the last time they were in a playoff series was 87. Last time they won one was 84, but don't quote me on this.
Okay.
But I told you so.
But yeah, and you already have the Mets winning, right? The whole thing?
I have the Mets winning the whole thing, yes, because I'm a huge Met fan, so there's a little bias there. But anyway,
Well, we know Yankees aren't doing
but
it.
I think the Mets just, even with all their injuries, still have the most talent amongst the teams left. Now, Oakland and Detroit, I think, as I said, that's very close. Oakland, as I said, has a nice balance of good pitching and enough hitting and home field.
Whoa.
You may want to go with Oakland, and wouldn't it be nice if someone got us tickets? And wouldn't it be a nice introduction for the team-man to the Bay Area, right there, one row behind home plate?
Wow. Sweet.
I'll take the upper deck. I don't care. I'm an upper deck kind of guy.
Are ya?
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be an exciting couple of weeks here, don't you think, Stefan?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Excited.
We go on in the Bay Area, and Oakland goes to the World Series.
I know.
Very likely.
Very good.
Very likely. We'll have to wait and see. Detroit is a very good team as well, as they showed by destroying, humiliating, embarrassing the New York Yankees, who are going to fire Joe Torre and hire Lou Piniella.
So I hear.
Any truth to this rumor, Lou?
That's a bunch of hogwash.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not managing crap, all right? I'm loving my time off. I can't even manage to shave every day. Much less manage a frickin' team, okay?
Lou Piniella, you have to be pushing like 70 years old. Do you think you have the ability to stay awake on the bench there to manage a full game? I was thinking that may be the case.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
Never mind. I
Okay.
think you answered my question.
All right.
And
Next
do
question.
you have the ability to deal with some of the big egos and the big salaries on this New York Bronx Bombers team there? Can you handle the crowd, the media, the players, the egos?
I can't even get my wife to cook a hot meal.
Oh, Jay!
I'm not telling these players what to do. They won't listen to me. So find somebody else.
Okay.
What's going to
I have a
happen?
tea time at 1 o'clock today.
Are you sure you want to keep your tea time when George Steinbrenner has the ability and the history of opening up his checkbook pretty wide for a manager and pay him millions of dollars to do that? You still want to keep your tea time there, Lou?
How wide are we talking?
We're talking pretty wide.
Wow.
I'm going to keep my tea time.
Okay. We're talking about as wide as Paris Hilton's legs when she's in a drunken state on a Friday night.
Oh, maybe I'll shave.
Maybe I'll shave.
You going for that, not the manager job? I see.
You gotta crawl before you can walk, all right? If I can learn to shave every day, maybe I can manage a team.
All right. Well, there it is.
So
There's the man that they're looking to fire Joe Torre for. Terry.
I know, but what's going to happen to A-Rod?
A-Rod may be run out of town. He looks like he does not fit as far as being a New Yorker, Terry.
Man.
The New Yorkers find him soft. They find him weak. They find him transparent. They want him out.
Yeah, but under...
Take your gay rod ass out of here.
I believe I was watching ESPN. They were talking about him and everything, and they were talking about how well he's done under Pinella. So wouldn't that be
Well,
a
I
good
mean,
thing?
Lou Piniella can't even salvage what the New York fans have done to A-Rod's little fragile mind.
yeah.
I mean, if he was running away from Julie Pilot because we were instructing her to chase him down the street when he was here in Seattle, Terry,
I always...
then why do you think he could handle the New York crowd?
Yeah, that's true.
A-Rod, if you could read between the lines, wants out of New York in the worst way. He just wants no part of it. He just is not the kind of player that can produce under the pressure of New York. I mean, when it's 8-0 Yankees in a regular season game and he's up with the bases loaded, oh, boom, it's a grand slam. Oh, it's 12-0. Great, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
But when the money's on the line and the bases are loaded in a playoff game, call strike 3, back to the bench.
Ooh.
That hurt.
He did that a number of times.
Yeah, so I am.
He stiffens up a little bit in the wrong place.
Whoa.
Yes. Don't you hate when that happens, Terry?
Yes.
Well, he's just so excited to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, John.
I stiffen up every day when I think about it. Everybody's on hate on me. You know what? Hey, Terry, do you stiffen up your clitoris when you...
Dude.
John, please.
That's great.
John.
I think
He's talking in a clinical. He's asking a clinical.
I know.
All right, John, listen to me. You said last segment you wanted to talk about some kind of intervention. Now, maybe we should take this seriously. Maybe John is attempting to reach out and turn over some kind of new leaf in life.
All right.
The man has had many an unproductive year over the past number. He has certainly drank away a lot of time in his recent days.
Yes,
maybe he's decided this is not healthy, this is not the way I want to go any longer, and we should allow him to speak and make his request. John, what were you alluding to when you said you wanted some kind of intervention?
I want anybody out there right now to possibly help me out. That, you're a counselor. Maybe you had bad times in your life, and you can relate to the situation that I'm going through right now.
All right, so you not only want a counselor, you want some counselor that's been where you've been. You want some recovering addict counselor or recovering alcoholic counselor. So not only can they give you the tools and the skills.
Yeah, the alcoholic people would be the most representable to help me out.
Strike 2.
Yeah, said it wrong both times.
What is Porta Potty Jay when you need him?
Yeah.
I don't need nobody that's teethless.
Okay, teethless. Yeah.
Teethless.
Well, if you haven't heard the program recently, John, he's also turned over a new tooth leaf.
He-Man.
He has gotten himself some teeth.
He-Man.
Yes, John.
Can I talk for a minute, please?
You have been talking.
Okay, 60 seconds or less.
60 seconds or less, yes.
I
have to translate for the John and Pam.
California, and I respect everybody in the California area.
Right.
That, especially when you get across the bar. But I just want to say one thing.
Yes.
I want somebody to help me out because, you know what? I'm going through hard times right now.
Okay, what?
And I want everybody to effing help me out.
Oh, okay. That's right. Swearing at them will certainly get you a leg up. Now,
I'm not swearing.
Okay, you edited it nicely. Thank you.
I said effing.
Yes, but still.
Effing.com.
The implication is there. Anyway, John, let me ask you. You said you're going through some hard times. Is that just hard alcoholic times because you can't control your drinking, or is there something else going on?
No, I can't control the fact that I freaking love There's other things going on in my life.
Like what?
You're in love with someone and it's not being reciprocated, or what's the feeling there? You said love.
I
I
can't
heard
get
love.
reciprocated over Terry Free's vagina.
Okay. Now that goes without saying as far as a universal
I
love.
just don't understand why she denies me every night.
She denies you every night because you're not in the same room as her. But anyway, it's hard to make love from two different cities. But
well,
John,
maybe I'm heated up. I don't know.
you may be heated up, and I don't doubt it. But it's still going to be tough when you're where you are in your little drunken
Hey,
studio
T-Man.
apartment. Yes, John.
Can I play some audio from
Oh,
Intervention?
man.
You're playing some audio from an intervention.
Here we go,
you
right
went to.
now.
All right.
I can't wait.
Live
Because,
audio
you know-
produced by John
Hey,
from his
T-Man.
highly technological home there. Go ahead, yes.
Hey, well, T-Man, because
Yes.
you know
Not
I got
ready.
Studio B, and it's standing by, and here we go.
Okay. Let's see what he's got.
And we go on the audio
It's not
right
ready.
now.
What's going on in their lives. And so this segment is going to be a little different. It's going to challenge you as parents, specifically, to really pursue your kids so that you do know the answers to some of the following questions.
John Tape, the Learning Channel.
You really know who your child's best friend is. And by the way, if you don't
And Terry Free.
yeah,
John, can you stop the audio for a second?
I stopped.
All right, stop the audio. I have a couple of questions. First off,
So
what
do
are
I.
what are we listening to?
We're listening to the intervention of me in counseling
Yes.
and trying to have the counselor convince me
So this
that I need to do something, and then another
That's
audio,
good advice,
I
yes.
stopped it, and then where Terry Freeze, her son, being the youngster.
All right, can I stop
that
you
he
again,
is.
John?
What is the
I don't know how the
obsession?
two tie together.
Yeah, neither do I.
The obsession with you?
Yeah,
Well,
this
a lot
morning.
of listeners have an obsession with you, Terry,
No, well,
especially
I'm
when they
just-
get drunk. Anyhow, I
Mostly
can't say I can exclude myself.
Jeez.
John, are you telling me that we're listening to audio of an authentic little session that you had with an alcoholic counselor of some AA variety? Is that what I'm hearing, or you taped this off of TV? What am I hearing?
No, what you're hearing is a counselor.
He bugged an AA counselor.
No, not me, but a counselor that is Terry Free counselor.
Can't stay off Terry Free. So
What is that? Yeah.
What would you like?
No, you know what it is,
Oh,
Terry
geez.
Free? Let me tell you what.
Whoa.
If you would freaking back down and listen for an effing minute, you would hear it.
John, let me ask you this. What do you really want from Terry Free? If Terry Free actually made herself
I want
available
her
for
to
you.
lay down and lick my dick.
Oh, you can't say
We
that.
all want
you
that.
can't say that, John. Can you
I'm sorry. I want her to lay down and lick my...
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
just
sorry. I'll
told
say it
him.
differently.
Yeah.
The reality is, I wish I could have aired that. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I can't. He made a very graphic sexual reference of what he really wants Terry Free to do to him. I think, believe it or not, despite all the obsession that he has lately with you, and I don't know where this came from because John's been with us as a drunken man for a long time, and the obsession with you is relatively new.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the reality is that if you actually said, John, if you really think it'll help you, I'll give you the greatest love-making experience Terry Free could ever offer you. You talk about yourself in the third person, that'd be great. He would not be able to either A, perform, or B, even show up to it, Terry.
Right, I understand that.
Big scaredy cat.
Big scaredy cat.
Oh, yeah.
Big.
Scary catty pussy bitch.
Oh,
He said it.
I don't know what he's talking about. Can't even allow him to speak without...
Well, it was a good John day today, right?
Man wants an intervention, Terry. He
He
wants to
needs one.
change his ways.
Yeah.
And that was incredible audio he played us. And I really admire his dedication to the program.
Yep.
I still don't know what the hell that was. And I could ask him 16 more times and still not be clear on what the hell that audio was.
There's a show called Intervention. Maybe you taped it off.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it didn't sound like him on it.
I thought it had to be something off, yeah. He's taping the show Intervention now, hoping
I guess.
it'll help him. Huh.
I'll
drink
start.
to that.
That's a start.
At least he's reaching out in some capacity to try to salvage what's left of his life.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
good.
that some may call that actual progress.
Both Kenny's dad and I were in Scouts for years.
Was your dad in Scouts, Carmen? Oh, yeah, you don't have a dad.
The soon-to-be Mrs. Tom Cruise and new best friend Victoria Beckham are in style and taking Paris by storm.
Wow.
Checking out the Chanel Spring Fashion Show. So
Katie Holmes and Posh Spice are new BFFs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Totally.
working out better than I could have even hoped, Terry.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes will eventually get married, right?
Well, I thought it was last weekend.
Well, it was last weekend. It was the weekend before that. It was the weekend before that. And you get the point here?
Got it.
Yes. It's been a lot of weekends where they were supposed to get married.
True.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. When is she going to make an honest woman out of our Katie?
I don't know.
question.
That's exactly what.
And if she marries him,
Yeah.
who's been linked to some gay pornographic potential material where he was the star and the best boy and the key grip,
Wow.
then does that make her an honest woman after all? Or does it make her so damn dishonest that it's... I don't know.
She's
That's
a
a good
beard.
question.
Well, she's a beard with a baby.
Yeah,
That's
she
really
is.
taking the beard. That's really taking the beard to the furthest extent, yeah.
Well,
She's linked to that money forever now.
yeah, she is.
taking Paris by storm.
She went hard up for cash, dude.
Well, I think Tom has a little more cash than she does.
She was capable of making her own living.
True that, but she is now sacrificing.
Oh, true that, Terry? Okay, good.
True dat.
True that. But she's now, supposedly sacrificing her career
Yes. Oh, so your suggestion is that she trapped Tom and worked on this whole career so that she can get in position to trap
No.
Tom so she never have to work
for.
again.
No, that is not what I'm saying. I think that they made an agreement, and
All
Tom.
right, but the point is, she didn't need Tom Cruise to salvage her life because she was drowning in poverty.
True.
All right?
No
End
one
of
said she
story.
was in poverty.
Well, she was
Oh,
pretty...
end of story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, doing pretty damn well for herself.
Okay.
All right.
End of story.
I can't believe I have to keep defending my Kate.
Beckham are in style and taking Paris by storm. Checking out the Chanel Spring Fashion Show. So is Katie shopping for a wedding dress?
Yeah, right.
We'll keep you posted, but being back in Paris is a
That's Tom's favorite color. Pick that one.
Who's the dress for?
That's exactly my point. But
know.
never mind. All right.
End of story.
You're right. Now he's telling me when the end of my own story is.
Wow.
What else is going on in this world of ours, Terry? We are moments away from picking out a bill and hopefully paying someone's debt down.
Yes.
We are your Tom Cruise of the world.
All right.
Yes.
Sienna Miller is in the news today.
And we haven't been linked to any gay porn, at least none that we're willing to discuss. Yes, go ahead. What's it up?
Anyway, Jude Law's little girlfriend, they're on again apparently.
Jude Law, who?
Sienna Miller.
Right.
Yeah, she did a little interview with Rolling Stone because apparently she is in Pittsburgh and she's in trouble now because she called Pittsburgh.
You see those Steelers 1-3?
Love
Are
it.
you loving it or what?
It was on the message boards last night.
Wow.
Did you watch in last night's game, Terry?
Yes.
In last night's Sunday Night Football.
I did.
That a San Diego receiver, tight end to be more specific, known as Antonio Gates,
Yes.
pushed off at the same part of the end zone, basically, in the same kind of pass play, in the same kind of touchdown reception mode that Darrell Jackson did in the Super Bowl with the Seahawks and didn't get flagged for the same penalty. I don't want to get involved.
Right.
End of story.
Okay. Anyway, can I tell you about Sienna Miller calling Pittsburgh in a derogatory way?
What happened to Dump Truck Guy? I thought he was on the line. What happened? You want to call him back or what?
I can do that.
You have a number for him?
Well, the last time I tried his number, it was disconnected. It was a grumpy old man answering the phone.
Oh.
So then you can't do that.
I cannot right now do that now. Doesn't look like
Just
no.
a second ago, did you not say twice I can do that?
I thought I could.
I thought I heard I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. When the reality is I can't do that. I don't have a number.
I like that to always be my answer to everything.
Right.
I can do that.
So it's just habit.
You lied twice.
Yes,
You lied and then you reiterated the lie.
I did. I tried to keep it going.
Right. Whole life's a lie. Some suggest. I don't know where I'm getting this from, but some have made suggestions that your whole life is one big horn-rimmed glasses, side-parted lie. Do you have any comment on that?
You're the only one I've ever heard refer to it that way. So
I'm just getting it from our feathered
others?
friend over here.
Yeah, some would say that.
Yeah, some would say your whole life is a lie.
who would those some be?
Your response to that is? Regardless of who is making that claim, I would like...
He's breathing heavy now.
I'd like you to comment on that, your whole life being a lie.
I don't know what my life is, so I can't really call it a lie.
The fact that you don't know what your life is very telling.
That's a lie right there.
Maybe you know all too well what your life is. And you work night and day to keep it under wraps.
Try.
He just gives standard, customary, programmed responses.
Yes.
I don't know if he even knows what he's saying half the time. So you can't get Dump Truck Guy back on the line?
I cannot.
Okay, because you don't have a number for him anymore.
Correct.
All right. So why wouldn't you just say that so that if Dump Truck Guy is listening, he could actually call it himself?
I apologize. I don't know.
Again, it's habit, I think.
It was habit of saying I always have the number, and I always usually have the numbers, but that one I don't have.
Wow. Turned him off.
What else do you have?
Oh, you don't care about Sienna anymore. All right.
Sienna Miller?
Yeah, I was telling you how
I don't even know who she is.
She was in that whole Jude Law.
Yes.
That
Jude Law had sexual intercourse with his freaking nanny.
Right. And
Sienna Miller was engaged to him.
At the time.
She broke up with him. It was obviously a bogus breakup to try to get something out of him. And now she's back together with him.
Right.
Who the hell marries the guy who screwed the ugly-ass nanny? Wasn't even a good-looking nanny.
No, she was not.
She was an ugly nanny.
But that's why he screwed her.
That's why he screwed her?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
He actually
now it
came
makes
out.
sense to me.
No, he actually came out and said, that's why he.
If she was hot, he wouldn't have screwed her.
Apparently so.
He felt bad for her.
He felt bad for her, so he had a little fling with her for a month.
Greatest excuse I've ever heard in my life.
Said she was plain and not in the.
I had to have sex with her, honey, because she was so damn ugly.
Yeah, she
But I
was
felt sorry for
plain
her.
and not in Hollywood limelight type thing, so he
Yes.
did her.
Well, now it all makes sense.
There you go.
Yes.
Like give it to charity.
I got We all got to go out and get ugly nannies. So we can have all that kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then have a great excuse that your fiancé is willing to accept, and you can move on with your lives as if nothing happened.
Right.
It's a great way to live.
There you go.
Yes, to be able to cheat and just have no repercussions. I'm very envious. That sounds wonderful.
Well, it worked,
To
right.
throw out some ridiculous, lame, Pasty Dave-like excuse and then just have the world embrace it. No, you don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. She was so ugly that I had to have sex with her because I felt so bad for how ugly she was. Oh, okay. Well, then that's very nice of you. What a generous man.
He's a good guy.
He's noble.
Gotta marry him now. It's beautiful.
Oh, God.
The world's a more beautiful place by the second.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Anyway, she dogged out Pittsburgh because she's doing a movie there. She called them.
Why are you still on the line?
What are you talking about, T?
When are you going to hang up and call it a day?
I'm going to hang up and call it day. The last time I licked out Terry Freak.
Okay, is there a possibility you can keep it clean so we can actually air some of the things you're saying or no?
Would producer Dave do anything correctly,
Yes.
I would have Dump Truck Guy on the line right now. But unfortunately, he hung up on the bit.
How much? I don't think Pacey Dave hung up on Dump Truck. I think Dump Truck Guy is busy at work this morning. He's a hard-working construction worker, as we all know, or in that kind of line of business. The reality is, ironically, the Dump Truck Guy probably drinks more than John John. Dump Truck Guy drinks about, on the average day, about 16 beers, I would say. Is that fair to say? You've hung out with the guy. John John drinks maybe 10. He drinks his share of alcohol, but he can't hold it nearly as well as Dump Truck Guy. And this is John John's never-ending state of mind. He can barely get a sentence out.
Story.
He can never get a sentence out clearly.
I get it done correctly, though. At least I can talk about it.
Okay.
Because, hey, Dave, being the producer that you are, did you ever get Dump Truck Guy back on the line? Answer us!
Answer us.
Yes, that's right. Answer us, Pasty Dave. Go ahead.
No, T, I didn't get him back on the line.
No, you're answering John John's question. You're answering to
feel like
John
I
John.
want to answer.
You're talking to the other producer in Studio B, baby.
Are you
Yes.
the other producer, John John?
John John.
Wow, he's made himself the other producer.
John John, look at the time. Now, I know you have a T-Man the Morning Show clock in your studio apartment there.
About 59 minutes, 1 minute to the hour.
Right,
and
what
we
happens
have to
in 1
pay
minute?
a bill.
That's right.
And the bill is,
Yes.
hey, T-Man, shut up, I'm talking.
Well, I'm very sorry. I don't want to trample over your great segue into the bill-paying segment of the morning. Go ahead, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of Wild 94.9 KUBE Seattle, when we pay the bills, we pay them correctly, but we have to take a
So what's the
break.
bonus? Yes. We actually don't have to take a break.
Okay, we're taking a break.
Right.
Back, we're paying the bills in Wild 94.9 spending fun account, and KUBE Seattle will be back right after these hours.
We really don't have to take a break, John.
The T-Man Show will be back right after these words.
All right, if you insist.
The T-Man Show
returns after this.
Get ready!
Are you going to visit Tony, Eva?
They're back, Eva and Tony arm in arm, and we've got the very first picture of their French reconnection.
Oh,
1 week after they reportedly split.
Right.
And Extra was with Eva all the way, scoring this all-new video of her at the airport, limping slightly on her way to Paris. Tony's been in
you
France.
can't help but limp after you've been with Mario Lopez, Terry.
Oh, really? Is that what happened?
That's the word, yes.
Slightly on her way to Paris.
Yeah.
Tony's been in France this week, practicing with the San Antonio Spurs.
What do you guys pop that of?
But what's Dancing with the Star stud Mario Lopez doing at Eva's house?
There it is.
Got the scoop. As we first told you on Wednesday, Eva bruised her ribs.
Oh, geez.
Mario, her longtime pal, dropped by with some takeout food.
Ah, is that what he's calling it?
Yeah.
Takeout food. Here, there's something to make you feel better.
Spicy pork, baby.
I brought you some takeout food. A spare rib I have laying around.
So she broke her ribs and she's limping?
Yes.
Yes, well, you know, it's the natural reaction to a broken rib.
All right. That's what I thought.
You can't walk right.
Yeah.
And takes you a little while to start walking right again.
Just checking.
Tony Parker's around the intelligence level to buy just that, I'm sure. I don't know. He comes across actually as a very bright man, so I don't know why he's taking her back, Terry. I don't know why I have to watch a game over the weekend on NBA TV. Don't ask me how bored I was, Terry.
Right.
And see Tony Parker playing overseas and see Eva Longoria sitting there in the crowd cheering him on as if nothing happened. Where's your pride, Tony?
Well.
You little water bug looking guy.
Well, I think that he's probably having his own little bit of fun over there in Europe.
So what? He's entitled to it. Who does she think she is?
So it's all even.
Yeah, but Mario Lopez, come on.
Any guy with any dignity, even if he's having his fun, Terry, once cheated on, is out of there, and women should be the same.
They should, yeah.
They should, but they're not. So
No, they're not. And
any
you guys love it.
it's irrelevant. You brought up, well, he's cheating too, so he's willing to accept the fact that she cheated. No. That's more apt to make you not accept it. That's disgusting behavior, and I should know I do it all the time.
Wow.
I would never take her back now.
Right.
So don't give me that his rationale is that because he's cheated, he's willing to accept that she has. That doesn't work that way, Terry. It never will. Not with men. And I represent all men while speaking for all women, so I understand it from both sides, Terry.
Right.
It's tough to argue with you then, really.
Well, end of story. What else? I'm going to pull a bill in a couple of seconds here, Terry. We're going to make someone out there, hopefully another very happy customer, if you will.
All right.
Customer of what a great business we run. We pay your bills, and we don't ask for anything in return.
I know, it's great.
Is that unbelievable?
It is.
It's a great business we've opened here.
Love it.
Yes. Now, what do you have? Is something real quick that won't require much discussion? What do you
Okay,
have?
well, there's a hot...
You're already holding something. How do you know that doesn't require much discussion?
Well, I don't know. I
Okay.
guess I'll just throw it out there at you, and you can decide whether or not it requires a lot of discussion.
Okay.
Well, there's a hot new cure for hiccups, apparently.
All right. Sounds like something that wouldn't require
All
much
right.
discussion because I'm bored already.
Okay. Well, it's putting a digit in one of the most uncomfortable places on your body.
Come again.
The cure for hiccups?
New cure for hiccups.
Yes.
Putting a digit like what? Like the number 3?
No, like
like a toe.
like really a finger.
A finger.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't mean like the number 6?
No.
Because that's a digit.
No, I
Can
understand.
I use a whole number? No. In order to cure hiccups,
Yes.
putting a finger in one of the most uncomfortable parts, of the human body.
Yes.
Huh. This requires a lot of discussion, Terry. I'll tell you that right now. If you're going where I think you're going, and obviously you have a real urge to cure some hiccups these days.
Just keep the hiccups. How about that?
Where are you getting this story?
I actually got it from the National Center for Biotechnology
Oh, that
Information.
sounds pretty reputable. All right, so I'm still not completely clear. You may be talking about an underarm. You may be talking about an ear.
Well-
You may be talking about a nostril. You may be talking about an eye socket. You may be talking... running out of things.
No.
Go ahead.
And any of those are fine.
It's actually called digital rectal massage.
Mm-hmm.
That is the name for
I was
it.
afraid you were going to say that.
So,
Good morning. I got the hiccups.
try to keep it all family friendly here.
Mm-hmm. Well, people still out there may not know what the hell you're talking about. Digital rectal massage.
Yes.
You mean just like jiggling someone's ass cheeks?
No,
That'll cure
no.
That'll cure. That sounds like a
That's not a digit,
rectal massage.
though.
That doesn't. Oh, it's one digit.
It's a digit. A digit, not digits.
If you use more than one digit / finger,
Yes.
then you are not doing the job.
Right. You're not doing it correctly.
So it can't be 648. It has to be like just one number.
Where do you find
digit.
these ridiculous stories?
Hey, I just told you when I found it, and
Okay,
it's
fine.
it's not ridiculous. Actually, doctors over in Israel are the ones who are recommending this, and they did this to a patient who, like a 6-year-old man who
Yes.
had persistent hiccups, and he could never get rid of them, and they tried everything.
Well, no wonder
I mean,
they
all
had trouble
medicines.
fighting Hezbollah, Terry. They were too busy sticking fingers with 60-year-old men. This guy
Worked on one guy.
This guy had horrible hiccups.
Yeah, where they tried like medicines and everything.
What kind of medicines are there for hiccups?
I don't know. They don't give specific drugs that they tried on them. But everything that they tried would not have them go away until they did this.
Until they plowed a finger up this man's, oh, geez.
Well,
I'm cured. I'll never hiccup again. Thanks a lot. I'll never walk right again either, but, just uncomfortable, this story, too.
it is very uncomfortable.
Please, allow people to just enjoy their little run of hiccups.
Well, this guy had
So when
it
I'm
for a
having
long time.
my next session with my wife, I should start hiccuping right when I'm about to finish, Terry?
Wow. That's the best time, huh?
That's right. You got to help me, baby.
The doctors recommend this.
Yeah, doctors do this all the time. I suggest this is the only way to... And please, quick, you obviously don't love me. May I see this story?
You may.
If I can pin it on my fridge.
Doctors in Haifa, Israel, are recommending for those with uncomfortable bouts of hiccups. Man, there must be pretty uncomfortable bouts of hiccups to have this assumes you have a real intimate friend, I would imagine, that is...
Well, if you go to a doctor, I'm sure that...
Doctor's not enough of an intimate friend, Terry.
Well,
Yeah, Doc, I can't get rid of these hiccups. You gotta help me. And I have nobody I love.
By the time you go to the doctor, the
And
hiccups are
I'm
gone.
really uncomfortable going up to a coworker and asking him to help me out with this.
do you mind stepping in the bathroom? I have a hiccup problem.
I mean, let's say you have horrible hiccups. Let's say you have hiccups that last 2 weeks. I've never heard of such a thing, but let's
Some people, yeah.
Yeah,
it
some people
happens.
do.
For argument's sake, let's say you have hiccups that last 2 weeks.
All right.
Even as uncomfortable as that may be, even as tiresome, as just strenuous as that could become to have to deal with the hiccups for 2 straight weeks.
Right.
Are you still that uncomfortable and that tired out from it that you go to your doctor and say, I'm at the end of my rope here. Can you just do what needs to be done? Do you
I guess. Well, apparently so with this gentleman. I mean...
You'd have to have me be smited with hiccups for 3 years before I'm going to my doctor
right.
and say what needs to be said there.
Well, if
Yeah, do the job. I'm in position. Now you realize, sir, that we can't just go gently. And we have to go the whole route here. Yeah, I mean,
Well, is it any different than getting an exam for in that area when you're looking?
I've never gotten one of those,
So
and I'm going to put that off as long as possible.
Well, but they recommend that for men because...
Is that right?
Yeah. And Stephen, you've had that.
I have not, actually.
Oh, I thought that you go yearly.
Whoa. No, it's not until 40. I thought it was I thought it was earlier than that, but he said not until you're 40.
Oh, you try to talk him into it?
Well, I know that...
I said, I know you got the gloves back there.
Please, doctor.
Well, you want to make sure you're healthy.
Right, absolutely.
I'll take
and that's one of the...
I'll take my chances.
Pretty soon they'll have this little booth set up to cure hiccups right next to like where you get your flu shot. At Bartell's.
So right here. Right there at 24-Hour Fitness, they're going to have a little table set up.
Right.
Okay, I'm done with my workout, yep.
But if it works, I mean, if you're
It works
really...
for one guy.
Well, right.
Well,
But who knows? I mean,
according to the
it's not
story,
like-
the doctors are saying this is a cure that would be not just for one guy. That if you really are inspired to get rid of any terrible hiccups, if you were to do this and apply the right amount of pressure,
Oh, just the right amount.
your hiccups are going to be history. A whole door of a new lifestyle will be left open, but the hiccups will be history.
Right.
Tested. Anybody have hiccups? Come on down.
Who's the doctor?
Stephen obviously wants to play doctor this
It
morning.
doesn't matter who it is, does it?
I do not want to play doctor, T-Man.
I'm playing doctor.
Wow.
It's interesting.
Tell you what, next time your girlfriend comes home and catches you in an uncomfortable position with the mailman, I just had some really bad hiccups, honey. And this gentleman was nice enough to take care of it for me. Oh, I understand. Wonderful. This is a wonderful story.
There you go.
Thank you for enlightening us on the new breakthroughs in medical science.
There you go. I like to.
Who would have thought? It was right under our nose.
Well, they deliver for you. That's nice.
These are officially out of cures, huh? Tried everything.
Well, some people don't believe in medicine.
It's amazing how, you don't need this unbelievable amount of technological, scientific medicines and stuff. The cavemen could have cured each other's hiccups. I'm sure they did all the time.
200 years of medical science out the window.
Right.
Finger in the butt. Finger.
Okay,
And there it goes. Sorry.
Easy.
All right.
All right, we can't air that.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was clean, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't that clear.
All right.
No.
It wasn't medical enough.
No.
That's right.
That's why I use the medical term.
All right. Sorry you phrased it so delicately.
Yes.
Oh.
I have to take a break. I need a shower or something. I can't pull a bill based on what we talked about here. All right, let me pull a bill real quick.
Oh, my gosh.
Pull my bill.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. It looks like Tomas Rodriguez.
All right.
San Jose, California, Terry.
Woo!
Tomas, T-O-M-A-S.
Very good.
Rodriguez.
How much are we paying?
Oh, we are paying a $519.78 AAA insurance bill.
Okay.
You got your insurance through AAA, Tomas.
Very good.
And we are going to pay all of it for you if you call back in 30 minutes or less.
Wow, AAA does it all.
And on top of us paying your bill, if you call back and you have hiccups. It seems like Steven is all primed and ready to go here.
He's ready to go out on the street today.
That's right.
The street.
Maybe you should hit the street, Steven.
Anybody with hiccups?
And really do quite the quite a bit of decent human decency work there, and offer if anyone is suffering from hiccups to let them be aware of the new cure and see if they're interested in having you apply it.
It's gone to the days of making cute little comments. Because now I'm doing this.
Well, you can either do it now or do it after the show, which you probably had planned anyway. So take your pick. Tomas Rodriguez, 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call. That's a toll-free number, and we'll pay all of your $500 and, what did I say here, $19.78 bill.
Good deal.
All of it.
What if the doctor was wrong on this cure thing? Yeah, I have a theory. Oh, my bad, dude. Didn't work. I just, a hunch.
His hiccups could have just been done,
Right. Coincidentally.
Well, if he had them for a couple of months and he's tried everything.
Yeah, the 60-year-old man had
like for a long time.
A real condition here. And
That's worth it.
This cured his condition.
It did.
Maybe this is the cure for a lot of conditions out there. Now, I see gay phone operator holding on, and I'm really not excited about getting to his call right here. All right?
Okay, all right.
I at least need to take a break.
Yeah.
A long one. Man. But if he waits patiently, maybe we'll allow him a comment. I'm sure it's going to be a nasty one, but regardless, he's entitled to. I have a cure.
Oh, yeah, I bet he does.
Thanks a lot, Terry.
Sorry.
We have a lot of medical people I see on the phone lines waiting patiently, too. That are
Really?
in the field of medicine.
And?
That have some of their some questions and maybe some comments of their own.
Oh, good.
This has inspired a lot of chatter this morning, as you might imagine, Terry. Tomas, you have your work cut out for you with all the comments of a rectal variety that are waiting here on the lines. 1-866-663-TMAN. Good luck to you, sir.
Oh, those guys are fast!
He's a gay phone operator. He's so gay. He's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. A good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, gay.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, do any of you know how to induce hiccuping?
Oh, jeez.
Because I'm more than willing to try the cure.
I bet you are.
Just nasty.
Why is that nasty?
Thank you, gay. That's it, huh? Everything good in your life?
Everything's going great.
Yeah. I'm sure you went.
Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm sure you went to.
He went out.
I'm sure you went to an event where many a cure for hiccups was made available.
Yeah.
I bet.
It probably could have been.
Oh, jeez.
Or hiccups.
All right, well, I thank you for this, Terry Free. I thank you for this. You should clear. You know, I may have to have a moment of time where the days of old end, the days of new begin,
And?
where you have a responsibility to clear your stories with, I was going to say me, but I don't have the time, with somebody here that becomes your gatekeeper on what you can bring up on the air and what you can't, Terry.
Who's going to be my
Look what
gatekeeper?
you inspired here. You've made him as happy as he could ever be on a Monday morning.
That was not my intent, mind you.
Right. You're just trying to bring some new medical science of an interesting nature to the program.
Right. Trying to teach all of our listeners
Teach
anything.
everybody this, yeah.
And I've read the story now a couple of times, and I can't see why anyone, even if they're homosexual, Terry, I can't see why anyone would want to go for this cure, unless it's the most extreme case. And that's the story you brought to our attention. I'm reading it. It's very clinical. Doctors at B'nai Zion Medical Center in Haifa, Israel, have come to sure conclusions when working with a 60-year-old man who had persistent hiccups, hiccups that lasted for months and months and months, Terry.
Right.
They wouldn't go away over time. And they determined what now, Terry? I can't you can look at this part of the story.
Well,
Yes.
it's the digital rectal massage works.
They tried all kinds of therapies. They tried all kinds of medicines on this man. Nothing worked. I just want to know who the doctor was after they had tried these particular concoctions, these medicines that failed, after they tried all kinds of wives' tale, maybe even trying to scare him. Boom. Oh, that didn't work. He still has the hiccups. After all therapies went awry. I want to know who the doctor was who perked up and said, you know what I think? What if... Who's the doctor that made that suggestion?
I think they may have the name right there in that little article.
I didn't want to know what his name is.
Oh, great idea, Bob.
How do you come up? How does Bob, even if it worked,
Bob,
what did he base it on? What did he know? How does Bob realize that shoving a digit up where now? I don't even know. It's going to work. How did he know that? And how did he even think to suggest it to anyone? Well, it did work. This man immediately, upon the finger entering the anal crescent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, easy now. Oh, jeez.
Easy.
The man's hiccups immediately went away.
Yes.
Whether you find...
Well, you know what's interesting? They say that, different muscles. I mean, like if you massage your feet, there's certain areas that it'll affect your other parts of your body.
Right. In there like a...
Like, in fact, even like pregnant women aren't supposed to get their feet massaged.
Isn't there an abortion trigger spot?
No, and labor inducement.
Well, I heard it was an abortion trigger spot, yes. that if you massage a woman, or maybe we're talking about the same thing, basically, that if you massage a certain woman in a certain spot in her first trimester,
yes,
that if you hit this one minute little trigger spot, the baby will go away.
Well, it will. You know, you start labor earlier.
God.
No,
wow.
like that. But yeah,
Alakazam history.
That's why they say that pregnant women, you know, you need to notify the masseuse that you are pregnant, regardless of what stage you're in.
I don't believe that either. That just seems a little.
And they also say that your feet can help take away migraines depending upon where the pressure points
fine.
and
There are
things like that.
pressure points that may be able to take a headache away for a couple of seconds, then it comes back. Anyhow.
Well, so there's certain pressure points apparently.
Maybe the baby goes away and then it comes back.
Geez.
The hiccups will come back on this guy, and it won't work the second time around as much as he'll try.
That pressure point relieves a lot of different things.
I don't even understand what you're saying. I can't even hear you on your hideous, horrible audio working cell phone there, whatever you're on.
You don't want to know what he said.
I'm glad I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, no kidding.
I didn't say anything wrong.
All right, well, good. I didn't hear it anyway, because you don't even have a good working phone anymore.
Your lifestyle's wrong.
This is a great little new development in the life of gay phone operator. There's a phone that I can't even hear him on.
Yes.
All right.
Fine, I'll get a home phone.
Talk to you later. Don't do us any favors. And now, Terry.
Yes.
We have a situation developing here. And I'm glad I could change the subject on what we were just talking about. We have the wife. We have Esposa de Tomas.
Okay.
The wife of Tomas Rodriguez. Did I say that right? I'm really not. That's French my mom made me in high school, Terry.
Okay.
The wife of Tomas Rodriguez is on the line, claiming she, as a married person, to Tomas Rodriguez, because she's called back in 30 minutes or less and her husband cannot be reached right now, that she alone, her call is enough to allow us to pay Tomas Rodriguez's bill, who we pulled this morning.
Ooh, controversy.
Wow.
And she claims that her name is somewhere on this bill.
Oh,
yeah, there it is. But I didn't read her name, Terry.
no, you didn't.
And I called out Tomas Rodriguez.
Yes.
So we have a little bit of an issue here. I don't know how a person could be unreachable in this day and age. We are living in the most reachable time of our lives.
Very true.
Every person is reachable. Show me a spot where a person is unreachable these days. Maybe when he's being careful. Yeah, exactly. He wants his privacy. But that notwithstanding, is this what's your name?
Juana.
Juana Rodriguez is on the line. Yes. And do you believe that because you're married to Tomas, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes.
Because you're married to Tomas Rodriguez, and because I guess her name technically is on this bill somewhere. But I didn't call it, Terry.
No, you didn't.
She's entitled to have this bill paid.
Well,
where is your husband?
He's driving to work and he forgot his cell phone at home.
Forgot his cell phone.
Oh.
How do you forget your cell phone?
Yeah, especially with your side actions calling you at noon.
Right. Exactly. You never know who's going to call you. His cell phone is sitting right there by you.
Yeah.
So you have no way to reach him while he's in his car.
Well, no.
How often does he forget his cell phone?
Not often.
Well, it just sounds like a little bad luck moment for you then, doesn't
it? Time to call a new bill.
Well, you can pull over. There's probably, what do you call those things, payphones somewhere?
What do you call those?
I don't think there's a payphone on the freeway.
There really aren't many payphones around anymore.
Well, like at a gas station, there probably is.
Not even at gas stations anymore.
It's hard to find.
Payphones are like an endangered species. Maybe a few of them left in the world.
Costs $1 anyway to use them.
Well, it's worth it. You get your bill paid.
Well, there's no doubt I do see your name on this bill somewhere, but obviously Tomas is more of the primary person that they look for to pay the bills, if you know what I'm saying, Juana. Is that fair or no?
Yeah, they sure send him the bills.
They send him the bills. Why? Don't blame me for any kind of male, what do they call those?
Because I was
added here.
Right.
Because I was added on to his insurance later on. That's why he shows up as primary.
You were added on to his insurance. Why? How recently did you and him get married?
8 years ago.
8 years ago. Whoa.
And you just recently got added?
No.
Well, why are you an afterthought on this bill when you've been married for 8 years?
She moves into the house next week. She wanted to make sure she was on the insurance.
You want to tell us why?
Because he had that insurance, and then I just decided it was cheaper to add me on than it was to get new insurance.
Talk to me in Spanish, baby. She can't even talk to me in Spanish upon request here.
Wow. Not you, Steven.
Really, the same effect. Thank you so much.
La Isla Bonita.
Can you not speak Spanish?
So,
Oh, yeah, no, I do.
Juana called immediately upon hearing Tomas's name being called, Terry. So,
Right.
So she was listening.
Right, I understand that. But you also asked her to speak Spanish to you.
Yeah,
She's
I
not
don't think she heard me.
Oh.
What'd you do this weekend, you and Tomas?
Oh, we watch movies. That's usually what we do. We have a 4-year-old, so.
What movies do you watch? If they're interesting, if they're good movies, maybe I'll pay your bill, Terry.
Wow.
We watch X-Men, Wedding Crashers, and Lake House? Lake House, yeah.
Oh, how romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cute.
You watched 3 movies together over the weekend?
Yes,
You can't
we
figure out
did.
anything better to do with your lives than put in 3 different movies?
Hey, want to watch a movie?
Times 3?
Never
I knew
heard
that was coming.
That was the highlight of your weekend?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
my husband had to work, so.
Yes, he's a hard-working man, isn't he?
Yeah, we're
So
really.
hard-working, he forgets his cell phone because he's
Yeah.
so just tired out from all the work, he can't even think straight. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, I really was one who submitted the bill, not him. He does no
Oh,
idea.
you sent in the bill?
Yeah, I sent in the bill.
Mhm.
But because it had both of our names, I should have crossed his name out.
Well, because of a lot of these oversights, him forgetting the cell phone, him forgetting to cross out his name, it looks like you're going to be in a tough spot here. You getting in any tough spots over the weekend? Maybe after the movie got to the most romantic part of Wedding Crashers?
Right.
Who could resist carrying your...
We also saw Open Season. I took my son, so it was really fun.
So you went to the movies and then saw 3 movies in your home? Boy.
Right. That's all we do.
Popcorn every time.
And this is what they call a happy marriage, too. If this is a happy marriage, I don't want any part of it. Happy / boring.
Yeah.
Are you a bored woman?
No.
No, she's happy.
No, not really.
Could life be any better for you?
Yeah.
How could it be better?
Drive a brand new Mercedes. That would make me happy.
Well, let's not get crazy here.
We're not doing that.
We're just talking about a $519.78
Yeah, I know.
bill, which last I checked isn't
At least
really...
I don't have to remember to pay my insurance. That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah.
It would have been nicer if you would have just sent in your own name.
I know, huh? Now I know. Wow.
All right, yeah, now you know.
Well, but you have to admit it's kind of difficult. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
whatever.
they have a lot of bills.
All right, she's a nice lady, Terry.
She is.
I'm going to pay your freaking stupid bill.
Are you?
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Are you happy?
Yes, it does.
It buys a lot of movies, doesn't it? Yes.
Yes, it does.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, whatever. Thank you for being out there.
Thank you.
All right, take care. There she goes. Talk Spanish to Pasty Dave. He's going to talk to you now on the hold there.
I want to hear that.
Oh, yeah, I cut her off by accident, but we have her number here.
Uh-oh.
You missed out on a good moment there, Pasty.
Yeah, I would have liked to talk to her, yeah.
Okay. $519.78
Nice.
of Tomas Rodriguez and what? Tomas Rodriguez and what? Bill
Yay.
is being paid for in full.
Hey, does this suit make me look fat? No. Your face does.
Okay, I got to ask T-Man email of the day to get to.
T-Man's email of the day.
Oh, jeez. However, we should take the lumps day off. We, really? That is today, right?
That is today, yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean a lot of people are off today or what?
I think some are, yeah.
Are governmental employees off today? Are schools closed today?
Schools aren't closed.
Schools are not closed.
No.
What about
They never
banks?
do
Are
that.
banks open today? Banks. Giving our banks open?
Banks are closed.
Banks are closed.
Oh.
Really? Mail. Is there mail today? Will there be mail today? Mail. We have any mail? Any
I'm
mail
gonna
coming?
guess no.
No mail.
No, man. Well, my bank was closed. I mean, some of the bigger banks maybe.
Oh, whatever. Anyway. All right. So, what? A good number of the workforce today are not even going in.
Right.
Good deal for them. Huh. Now, Terry, as I said, an email of the day coming up. But if you have a story or two you'd like to share with us, please do it at this time. And then I'll go to some phones, too, at 1-866-663-T-Man. What do you have?
I was really surprised at this little stat that I'm about to give you. It says here that almost 52% of all MySpace users are over the age of 35.
Well, that's just gross.
I was very
Unnecessary,
surprised.
uncalled for, seedy people out there. Well, let me just say this. just popped into my head. A lot of women out there, when they're over 26, get embarrassed about their age. 25 or over, women out there get embarrassed about how old they actually are, Terry, and with good reason. So they put their 99, some of them put their 84, some cutesy old age to masquerade, to cover up the real deep-rooted insecurity that they have, that they're 28. Some woman will put she's 84 when she's 28 because she doesn't want to put she's 28.
Right.
So when you put your 84 and you put the same picture up that would have had 28 under it, all of a sudden you look better.
Oh, funny.
So I wonder if that's being factored in this high percentage. What did you say? How many percent? 54?
52.
So more than half the people on MySpace are 35 and older?
Yes.
Come on. But you think that'd be countered. That would balance out with all the people that put that they're 14, or what's the age that they put there when they're under 18?
14, yeah.
Stephen knows. 14.
Or 99.
Oh, you can put 99 if you're under 14? If you're under 18?
Well, I think it's either one or the other. I think there's a lot of 14-year-olds.
I think if you put your 17, it'll register. It'll come up as 14.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure. I don't have that many accounts. But the idea that people put a lot of old ages should be rectified. Should be countered by all the people that put their 14 that aren't. So,
right.
I don't know. There's a lot of old-ass people on MySpace, believe it or not.
Well, the company that did this little,
research.
Right. Mediametrics thinks that the reason why it's such is that the amount of older people on the site has increased because MySpace is becoming more mainstream.
Well, it is, and that's a damn shame. It's not for just us freaks anymore.
No, it's not. Definitely not. Also, speaking of MySpace, now dogs and cats have their own MySpace-type websites, too.
They just ruined it for everyone, didn't they? It was a good thing. We had a good thing going with MySpace, and now it's actually, yes, just as you said, gone too mainstream.
So cute.
Dogs and cats. Yeah, there are a couple of dogs out there that refuse to return my emails.
Dogster.com and
You'd be
Catster.
surprised. The more dog-like they are,
that's where you
the
find
harder it is to get them to return your email, Terry. Women who are dogs aren't used to being approached as much. This goes for a lot wider than MySpace. This is a reality of life. You have a lot easier time hooking up with a woman who's above mediocre looking than right just below the mediocre looking line. Because those women aren't really as used to being approached, so when they get approached, they feel like they have to play like all this hard-to-get crap stuff that they learn from their mothers if they should ever be hit on.
All right.
It's just a nightmare. Who wants to go through that kind of work for you?
Should be happy that I'm talking to you.
Right! I know I'm no prize, but let it out!
By the way, Catster.com has 90,000 registered users, and Dogster has 200,000
So it's not
users.
really MySpace. It's just an extension of MySpace?
Yes,
All right. I thought people start to really give their dogs little MySpace accounts.
No. It's MySpace type.
Yeah, there were 319 dogs added yesterday.
You're already there.
Well, since we already have dogs, why don't we go with bitches?
A little friends list. Wow.
Well,
cool.
So there's a little spot now for all the dogs.
Yeah, and cats.
99% of the women from Union Post have registered.
Wow.
Eddie.
Did you register Campbell there, Stephen?
I'm in the process.
Oh, jeez.
You sure you want her to get that kind of attention?
I think it'll be fine.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of new listeners out there that aren't aware of this, but over the years, Stephen Kilbreth has been more than just accused of having sexual intercourse with his dog. Wow.
I was accused once, yes.
He's been accused numerous times. He has a lot of time on his hands, alone in his home, with him and his dog and nobody else around. He conveniently moved to a very remote location of the world where there's not a neighbor to be found within blocks of his residence.
Don't even have blocks.
I know.
They don't even have blocks. They have dirt roads.
You don't even have sidewalks.
And forests. His house is in the middle of the forest, basically.
I know.
And he has yet to give us a good reason not to believe that those accusations are untrue. Is there anything you can offer us?
Well, that it's kind of absurd, but other than that, I mean, what more of a reason do you want?
Well, it is absurd, but you realize there are people out there in this world that are doing these kinds of ridiculously cruel behaviors. You realize that?
I've heard about it, yeah.
So why should we assume that you're not one of them?
Well, I mean, if you want to, keep the dream alive and keep thinking that for yourself, then that's fine.
Alive. Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure enough with my non-bestiality that you can think that if you want.
You're categorically denying that all those accusations are unfounded, untrue, never pertain to any kind of interest that you've ever had. You are completely without any reason as to why these accusations have been flung your way.
Yeah, I've never really had an interest.
Mm-hmm. If you did, you would tell us.
No.
Probably not.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
But I never have.
Does that sound convincing to you, Terry? All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
What else? What else is going on in the world?
Everybody should be aware that lettuce has been recalled over some E. coli concerns.
No, not lettuce now, Terry.
Yes, lettuce.
Well, why do they keep torturing us like this? First broccoli. What was it? First spinach.
Spinach.
Now lettuce.
Yeah.
Next it'll be asparagus. I might as well just stop the world. I got to get off.
There was
as long as it's not chips, then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Who eats lettuce?
Well, it's going to affect a lot of restaurants out there.
Is that right?
Of course.
Mm.
The recall was done on Sunday.
All right, let me get to the email of the day, if you will. The following emailer, if they are interested, can call back and get in touch with us however they please. We have your email address, or I think, how do we do this?
Don't they call or something?
I don't know, but there's a way, I guess, we can verify who the emailer of the day is if they want to make themselves known, and they can win themselves the ludicrous CD that we're still giving away, right? Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Dear Mr. T-Man, sir, my email involves a question about lunch and the coworker.
Ooh.
Lunch and the coworker. The other day, I called my fiancé on his cell and asked why he wasn't at his desk. He said it was because he was still at lunch. Out away! Doesn't say that. I asked with who, and he said with his coworker Rachel. I've met this Rachel. She's a tiny, little, floozy little thing who's no more than a secretary worker and about 24 years old.
Uh-oh.
Love him.
I remember. How could you not love them?
Oh, yeah.
I remember at his office Christmas party how everyone was gossiping about a guy she was screwing in the office. The guy was single, so it wasn't the biggest scandal in the world, but it proves that she's willing to F around with people she works with. Now, she writes the full word.
Right.
People out there who email know that I'll edit it for them. It proves that she's willing to F around with the people she works with. I've never had a reason not to trust my fiancé in our 3-year relationship, but why does he need to be going to lunch with a girl one-on-one who's 10 years younger than him, and he obviously has nothing in common with?
Wow.
Is this a big enough thing that I should approach him with that question? Or is an office lunch something that happens with all coworkers eventually, and I shouldn't make a big deal out of it? I don't want to become a possessive or controlling person. I was hoping he was going to bring up the subject when he got home that night, but he never did. I guess that could mean that he wasn't feeling guilty about it. If you guys can give me your advice anytime after 7 a.m., I will definitely be able to listen. Signed. It's a long signature. Nervous about the capabilities of a man. Nervous about the capabilities of a man. And with good reason, baby. Because the capabilities of a man, when researched thoroughly, would scare the hell out of you ladies. That I can promise you. The capabilities go far and wide. Woo. She's never had a reason to not trust her fiancé.
Right.
And yet when she calls him and doesn't hear him at his desk, why are you not at your desk? Where are you? Honey, you've never had a reason not to trust me. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye. Terry, what is your take on lunch and the coworker? Lunch and the coworker, I ask you first, Terry Free being the only one without testicles in the room. Lunch and the coworker. You have recently gotten married yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And now your husband is a motorcycle cop. I don't know how often they go to lunch with coworkers.
Often.
I don't know if they have, like, a lot of office technicians, if you will, of the female variety that they can go to lunch with.
Yeah,
Usually go to lunch with Bob, the biker cop. You and him get off the bikes and go hit the spaghetti factory, right?
Yeah, we should have seen the way I cuffed this guy yesterday. It was awesome.
That's probably the more typical lunch for the biker cop. Fair or not fair? There's not many office people you mingle with, or is there?
No, they do have office people where they work.
Okay, there's a lot of desk work involved.
There is.
And there's a lot of mollies sitting around that office.
Right. And they have, you know, parking enforcement officers, too. They see driving around or whatever.
Gotta get their MySpace. Now, I'm just asking you a general question. Forget about your particular man, Terry. I'm just asking you a general question. What is your general feeling on lunch? And who was that?
No,
was that Terry? Yeah. Oh, that was, man. Just hearing about this is making her all.
Oh, she's percolating downstairs.
All of her bodily functions are roaring.
Wow.
That was you?
It was.
I don't know if people heard that, but there was a real weird sound coming from Terry's throat or stomach or somewhere.
Down there in the nethers.
No, it was the throat. It depends. I'll give you that.
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
However, I'm not a big fan of it necessarily.
Not a big fan of lunch with a coworker, are you?
In
this type of setting,
I have to admit, I would be a little like,
based on the way she described it, she's 10 years younger.
Right, she's cute.
They have nothing in common. I think when she says they have nothing in common, she's probably referring to the jobs that they do. She's the office manager.
Secretary, whatever.
Yes, secretary. Let's not try to dress it up. She's a secretary, nothing more. They have nothing in common based on their job descriptions. Why would they be going to lunch, and why are they taking this extended?
Oh, yeah.
However,
extend it more.
However,
this extended lunch. Why should that be happening? You're not a fan of lunch and the coworker.
No, not necessarily.
Got on record, Stephen.
Yes,
saying she's not a fan.
Yeah,
not a fan.
However, he didn't lie to her, so, and maybe that is to kind of, mask what he's truly doing. If he figures if he's, not lying about it.
You wear this mask, I'll wear this one.
Well, you know what I'm saying. If he just says what he's doing,
right?
He can diffuse the situation. He can make her feel like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. So she won't go any further.
You found a way to take both sides of that, him coming forward with the truth of the situation.
Well, but
it could make him that much more of a liar.
But I'm telling you,
guy. Okay,
I'm
so we're
telling
back to
you that I would probably be a little uncomfortable. More than a little. I'd probably.
Looks like I'm going to spaghetti factory today.
Exactly.
You've had lunch with guys you work with before. Why is it that big of a deal?
Terry, let me ask you.
It's a lot different when...
Let me ask you just that. Have you, Stephen has accused you of having sex with your dog. Stephen has accused you of going to lunch with male coworkers one-on-one in this building?
I think I've gone with Stephen before.
Yeah, I've gone with me.
Yeah. I've gone with Stephen
and I'm sure husband's worried about me.
So, yes.
So, other than Stephen, have you gone to lunch with any coworkers of a male variety, Terry, yes or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, then you're safe as kittens.
And it's not like,
Stephen is about as female lunch date as you could get.
So I should probably not go then.
Depends what you're into.
So, yes, Stephen's my husband's not too worried about him just because he knows Stephen. And
right, that's the difference.
That's the difference. However, if it was some little hot patroller that,
somebody handsome.
who was young, hip, fun, sexy.
With only one chin, yeah.
Well,
because once you go black, you never go Stephen.
And who, you never know. He may be uncomfortable.
But based on this particular circumstance where he's going with a girl 10 years younger than him.
And yes.
She's a little how'd she describe her? She's a little floozy little thing.
Right.
Little floozy little thing.
Right.
She's a tiny little floozy little thing.
Right.
Tiny little.
Oh. A tiny little.
It's a tiny little floozy little thing.
I would be uncomfortable with that, and I would be on guard.
On guard?
Yes.
On guard. So what do you think is the appropriate action? What's the next move in the life and times of the letter writer, the email, the nanny girl?
On guard. Are you going to fence him? On guard.
Well, I would, be a little...
Yeah, what does that mean?
What's the next move that she must do? Well, you're advised. She's listening right now. It's after 7 o'clock. She's listening.
Regardless...
Oh, I didn't know you'd read my letter at Columbus Day.
No, the thing is that she's going to look like the crazy fiancé anyway.
Right.
because she's
So
feeling
she's damned-
and insecure, so on and so forth.
She's
But
damned if
that's-
she do, she's damned if she doesn't, because if she doesn't go out there and pull off some kind of maneuver to find out exactly what's going on, then she's dumb and blind.
Right.
And if she goes out and tries to force the issue on finding out what's happening,
then she's crazy and she's possessive and
controlling.
So
lay back and shut it.
No, I would just do the first. I mean, the second. Go and be the controlling bunt.
And stalk.
You know, whatever.
When in doubt, be the possessive, controlling bunt.
Right.
Wow. What horrible advice Terry Freeze just offered you. There's no doubt that your man is up to no good, letter writer. I'll tell you that right now. He is not scot-free.
You know there's some flirtations going on, and he's feeling really good because, here's a younger girl who's all...
All right, this didn't happen to you personally, Terry. Don't start getting all worked up
No,
here.
but you know that's happening. She's feeding his ego anyway.
If there's no reason for these two to be going out to lunch, they're obviously going out to lunch with sex on the mind.
Woo, yeah.
Take it easy, please. Please, and Stephen. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. I mean, have no illusions. What do you think this guy's going to lunch with her? Please. All right. Let's be honest.
Conversation.
Yeah, people can eat and not have sex, by the way.
No way. Fine.
Stephen, when was the last time you went out with somebody who's 10 years younger than you and really hot?
He has an interest in going to lunch with Stephen?
No, well,
there you go.
regardless, let's say that it happens.
If this letter writer's husband or fiance and this 24-year-old haven't torn into each other yet, it's gonna happen. They probably already have, unless she's stopping it. But if she gives the green light, he is diving in head first into that muff like it's a swimming pool with the water just right. Mm-hmm. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Now it's time for your thoughts on the email of the day. Jennifer, you're on the air.
Hi, I just wanted to say to you, T-Man, that she just needs to trust her man.
Mm-hmm.
And
trust him until when? Trust him until what point? Until she catches him in the act, and then what? And then she still rationalizes why he's a good guy and stays with him, and just dreads her life until the day she dies? Trust him to that point? Is that a good point to trust him till?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think so. Because honestly, trust is what a relationship should be built on.
There's nothing wrong with a little harmless flirtation around the copy machine, Terry.
Yeah.
I'll make your copy of it and send it to you through email. There's nothing wrong with that, Terry.
Right.
But when you start pushing the boundaries.
How do I enlarge it?
When you start... How do I colorize it? When you start taking
Crossing the line.
Not that in it of itself is a line cross. But you know it's only a matter of time once you've hit that point. You know if he's green-lighted. Oh, he's ransacking the Steiner chair. Yep. He is bringing her the ruckus, and he won't even give his fiancée a second thought. First of all, why is she the fiancée after 3 years of them going out? That should tell you something about their relationship right there. That goes against T-Man rule number 67.
Yeah, they should know better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're outside of a certain window with an individual, it's pretty much over already. You're 3 years into a relationship and unmarried. Obviously, he's not in a rush to marry you. I wonder why. Angelo from Oakland, good morning.
What's going on,
How are you, sir? How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for inquiring. What can I do for you, sir?
I think, first of all, when I listened to the email, she called the office phone. So I can see if she would have called the cell phone and he wouldn't, wasn't you picking up and everything, then that's something to question. That's out of the ordinary.
She did call him on his cell. It says it right here in the email. She called her fiancé on his cell and asked him why he wasn't at his desk. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No,
I think
he's saying if he wouldn't have answered his cell phone, that would have been weird. But this isn't weird, so she should not worry about it.
Some people's strategies, some cheaters' strategies, is to offer us all the information you can to be so forthcoming with information that it makes you look not guilty. A very effective means of cheating.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like if she can't talk to him about it and bring it up, you know what I'm saying, then she just needs to leave it alone because it's trust and communication. If she don't trust him and she can't communicate with him, then, hey, I think she needs to just leave it alone.
She's already a very non-trusting soul, Terry. You can tell that already. She has no reason not to trust him. She's never had any red flags up to this point, and already she's jumping to conclusions. Why? Because she's a cheater.
Mind your business, fiance.
And this poor girl, she's probably just interested in this guy's career and, wanted to learn how to make it in this world, make it work at the business.
John from Covington. Good morning.
Is that what you believe, Stephen?
Yeah.
John from Covington. Hello.
Hello, Tina?
Yes, John.
I think there's more to relationships than just sex.
Okay, well, you have to send us a short list then.
I think that there should be a relationship before you just jump into sex like you say on all of your shows. All you start out is just sex, bang, done. I think you should have a friendly relationship, get to know the person before you start banging him.
Are we talking about the email of the day or just talking about general thoughts that you have?
I'm just talking about
These are deep thoughts from Covington this morning, Terry. Deep thoughts from Covington. The old school of getting to know someone is John's philosophy and should be brought more to the mainstream way of the world.
So is he applying it? Is he implying that this is what this guy is trying to do? Is establish some kind of friendly relationship
with the 24-year-old?
With the 24-year-old?
Are you kidding? He's going to grab it as soon as it's laid on a platter, Terry.
Yeah.
And he's working hard, buying her lunch, trying to be funny at lunch, all the pressure involved in that to get her to the point where she's willing to look past the fact that he has a fiance. Right. Not that it takes women that much to look past that point these days, thankfully. But you still have to get to that point, Terry.
Right.
You still have to do something right somewhere along the way to give her a reason to want to take it somewhere else outside of the restaurant.
She'll be impressed.
Watch what I say to the waiter. It'll be really funny. Watch this.
John, anything else you want to add to this or no? I didn't think so. Okay, let's go to Renee in Santa Clara. Good morning.
Yes, I think it's just all about sex. They just need to hurry up and just do the damn thing already.
Him and the 24-year-old?
Yes.
Her fiance and the 24-year-old?
Yes.
So you believe the letter writer, if she's listening, and it is Columbus Station, you believe the letter writer should do what? What is your advice for her specifically? She should pack up and leave. She should approach her boyfriend, confront him, maybe have a conversation that's not so confrontational. What is your advice for her? She's got no advice. She hung up.
That's the best advice ever.
Jeez.
Dave, where are you calling from? Dave, are you there?
Oh, well, hey, what's up? I'm from San Leandro.
What can I do for you, sir?
Well, listen, I like to say to the letter writer, she's definitely got something to worry about. Us men, we are conquerors, and we know who the weak prey are. So believe me, he's not going for lunch. He's going to figure out how he can get a little something other than lunch during these...
lunch is very secondary on this man's mind. Not to say he's not hungry, Terry.
Right.
Man's obviously hungry. Man wants a little bit of nourishment, but that is not what really is on the list of specials for the day.
That's not going to satisfy his appetite.
All right.
Jeez.
Can you talk a little louder in there? Maybe a little bit louder? Man. Please. And don't think that the fact that the little talk at the Christmas party is irrelevant, Terry.
Right.
People around the office know that she has a history of screwing guys in the office.
Right.
Yes.
Don't think that didn't inspire him to finally get her to accept his invitation for lunch. He'd probably been working on it for weeks through emails, Terry.
Sure.
My turn.
Saying just the right things to her.
Right.
Making it like there was work issues that needed to be discussed when they have nothing that ever comes in connection.
So when you put somebody on hold, how does that work? God, what a nightmare.
Riz from San Jose, good morning. Riz, turn down your radio. Riz. All right, let's go to Jane in San Jose. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, how you doing?
How are you?
I wanted to comment on the letter. I don't think you should trust them. Because, I mean,
Of course not! Anyone who hears this letter and thinks this woman's got a prayer of hope that this guy is not on the... If he hasn't cheated already, is not going to be doing it if he has a chance, is crazy! I've heard everything I need to hear here, Terry!
Right.
This man's as guilty as they get!
Yeah, because, I mean, I got to a situation something similar. And, you know, they I kind of had suspicion about it, and I went into it, and I, had to do something to look into it, and I found out that he was doing something.
And that brings me to T-Man rule number 1, Terry. Or I don't remember what it was, but I'm going to say 1 because it's one of the most important rules that women should be aware of. And I'm sorry for men to have to say this, but I also have to speak to the women out there. If a woman out there believes her man is cheating, Terry, he is.
Yep.
When your gut tells you that it's happening, there's very, 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 very few times that it's not the case, Terry.
Right.
Trust your gut. If your gut tells you... Oh, I'd like a sandwich. Have a sandwich. If your gut tells you that your man is cheating...
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Just about every time across the board, Terry, he is. A woman's gut is her greatest friend.
Oh, so rub it.
It's not a man's greatest friend.
No, it's trouble.
A woman's gut is always right. Yes.
True.
I think she should start by checking his cell phone bill. That's how I found out.
See, the thing with that is, I mean, that's when the psychoness does come out. So maybe her approach should be just be honest and say, look, let's sit down and discuss
You're
this.
obviously cheating on me. I obviously don't want to be a woman cheated on. I obviously don't want to start checking your phone bill and rifling through your text pages, because once I do that, it's more or less over anyway.
Right.
So it's been nice. It's been a nice 3 years. Here's the little chintzy ring you bought me back. It was a piece of crap anyway. You know it and I know it. Right. I was embarrassed to wear it, and have a nice life.
There you go.
Interesting little tactic.
But those kids could make it.
Takes a lot to make it these days, Steven.
It does, actually.
Yes. There are so many 24 office workers that are so ready to be taken down.
Oh, yeah.
So many traps, so many hurdles, so many pitfalls that a man can fall into, and it's not his fault.
Oh.
How can you deny yourself the 24-year-old little office worker, Terry?
How can you say no, damn it?
You sound like you're being a little facetious when you say that.
You think?
I'm asking you, Terry. You're the most masculine one in the room. How can a man turn down the 24-year-old that's just asking to be taken down like that? You can't!
Just say no. You look back at the risk and you say, I found the love of my life and I'm happy with that person.
Whatever, I'll find another.
So you can't say no to the 24 or the 19-year-olds now. That's good.
So if
adding to the list.
God, no kidding.
So
who can you say no to?
If you were this man in this office that this woman writes about, if you were this woman's fiance, and the 24-year-old started giving you the signs that, yes, I am ready to be taken down by you.
By you, big boy.
You, the fiance, would say, well, I know I can have sex with you so many ways, twist you up like a freaking pretzel, but I'm going to pass on this one.
Yes, because I'm in a committed relationship, and I'm in love with my fiance.
Out.
That's not true. She will find out.
Try to be as honest as possible.
No.
Throw her off the track with my honesty.
It'll get around through the office, and the next thing you know...
Thomas, you're on the air from Renton. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yes, good morning to you.
I think it's pretty hypocritical of the lady to say she doesn't want to be controlling and possessive when the first phone call she has, it's just a lunch date, and everyone knows you have lunch with whoever it is, and like you were saying earlier, you have lunch with just about anybody in the office.
There is that side of it. Over time, you work at a place long enough.
Right.
Some would say that you're going to get the moment where you have lunch with just about everyone in the office, and she just happened to be calling on the 24-year-old office worker. Yeah, it's not really fun.
No, it's not. Come on, how does that sound?
It was her day, Terry. It was her day in the list of lunches that he had to get to over the years.
Maybe it's part of their job. You know, they have a little lunch pool thing, and they have to go out with everybody in the office.
Oh, let's start that around here, the lunch pool. Yeah, I can't make it with you, but I'm going with you, baby.
Looks like I'm shaving my nuthers today.
Thomas?
That's a red flag there.
Oh, you think?
Are you sure? 24-year-old loves the shaved balls. Anything you want to add?
Wow. No, that's it. I love your show, T-Man.
All right, I love your call, Thomas. Thanks a lot.
T-Man rule.
Is that it? What rule?
That is T-Man rule number 643, Terry. The 24-year-olds love the shaven parts. Nicole.
Too late, Steven.
Anyone who's under 28 that sees one that's not shaved is horrified. Horrified.
Eek, what is that?
Eek is the word that usually comes out, yes. Go ahead, Nicole from Maleo. Go ahead. Where are you from?
I'm from Vallejo.
Yes, go ahead.
I was saying if your man is cheating, you should just get up and leave. Don't check no phones. Don't check his pockets. Don't check nothing like that. Just leave him alone. And if he's coming out cheating, so you just get up and leave.
What about the off chance that he's not cheating? And that's a very off chance, and I have said that now very clearly, but...
That is so slim.
It is what if the 1 in a million is the case here?
You can't trust no guy. If a guy said, I'm not cheating, you can't trust him. Guys are not trustworthy.
So, obviously, you are never going to be found with any man in any kind of committed relationship, then. Is that what you're saying, Nicole?
Some guys are not faithful. They say, I'm not cheating. Next minute, you look them in the eye. Next minute, guy got the itch on their neck or their eye itches twitching. They're like, I'm not cheating.
I hate when my eye itches and twitches at the same time.
Yeah,
when the itching, twitching.
When you're being confronted.
Nicole, I'm asking you. You say no guy is capable of being a faithful guy. So does that mean you have ruled out any kind of long-term relationship for your life?
No, because I have an 8 relationship right now with this guy. I've been with him 8 years now. We grew up.
And he's never cheated on you, and you never have to worry about him cheating on you because he's not the cheating type.
He said he wasn't.
But you said don't trust.
You just said a second ago any guy that says it should not be trusted.
He's not. He can be trusted.
Oh, he means
sometimes,
it, except for him.
But it depends on what kind of guy you have.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a guy that's coming from the heart.
What kind of guy do you have, since we're on the subject? What kind of guy do you have?
He's okay.
All right, okay.
He might be listening to the radio.
That's what every woman should hope for. An okay guy that's never going to cheat on you. As opposed to the big-time baller who's going to humiliate you left and right.
And right, too.
Figured you could take left, right?
Corey from Linwood, hello.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good.
What do you got?
I have some advice for the fiance.
You got that.
First, I want to say, if this is the first red flag, then she needs to keep an eye first. If she gets another red flag and she wants to hang on to the relationship, she wants to try to make it work, then she needs to start checking his emails, check his phone.
See,
she's got the red flag scale right in her wallet, Terry. One red flag, you leave it alone. Second red flag, you start rifling through the personals.
See, that's the thing, and you even said it. The time that when you start having to rifle through the emails and the cell phone and all that, then it's done.
What if it's a flag, but ooh, it looks kind of fuchsia-like. It's not really all out red.
I mean, it's
you have to figure out if it's your insecurity that you're just so insecure with yourself that you don't trust the 24-year-old in your fiance.
Corey, you heard the email, right? Did you hear the email?
I heard the email.
Okay, is it her insecurities or is it a rightful insecurity? You tell me. What are you hearing based on this email? Does this woman have to see this as a red flag or not?
It all depends on the man. How good is her man?
I'm giving you the email. She's suspicious. Suspicious enough she wrote a long-winded email here. Is it a red flag or not? The problem is she's got a whole red flag scale, but she doesn't even know what red flags are. You don't know what red flags are, Carl!
It is a red flag.
You know a red flag if it fell on your butt! Oh, it is a red flag, you're saying?
Yes.
It's a red flag. So that
whatever, I
think that she needs to keep an eye, keep an eye on him. Don't start going through his stuff. Just kind of keep an eye. Is he going out of the room making phone calls, accepting phone calls? Is he spending more time at work?
So you don't believe in actually talking to him about it, right, Corey?
Talking will get you nowhere, Terry. Talking is a waste of time.
Oh, the lies.
It's a waste of time.
Got to keep an eye on him, Terry. Didn't you hear, Corey? Keep an eye on him wherever he goes. My eye is on you.
Follow him and everything. When he gets in his car, you follow right behind.
Baby, what's wrong with your eye?
It's on you.
It's on you. Because I saw a red flag. It was red flag number 1. If red flag number 2 comes, you're in big trouble. Keep your eye on him. Corey has the whole system down to a T. You'll never be humiliated. Not Corey. He watches the flags.
Watching every second of every day.
Yes, but eyes.
Boy, he takes a lot of number 2s.
I wonder what that means.
Yeah.
Why does he have to go and lay down a deuce all the time?
He never does the second one at home.
Yes, what is he eating? Well, apparently his diet has changed. That's a red flag. I better start rifling through his stuff. Yes. No doubt. doubt about it. The duty was a red flag. The hell is she talking about, man? Crazy woman! Crazy woman! People are crazy! Yeah, but that makes I'm in good company with myself there.
The T-Man. What are you people? On dope? Powers.
Every line filled, as always, as usual, Terry, with most of the people want to comment on the email of the day. We have a guy waiting on the line who is dating a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
And started their relationship by, telling her a whole bunch of lies about himself, not thinking it may really go that far, but now they're getting really serious, and he wants to know what to do at this point. Want to talk to him.
Okay.
It's pretty simple advice at this point, right? You know what to tell him, right? You would know how to advise this man, right?
Sure.
And that would be...
Come clean and you tell him.
No. Oh. Keep on lying.
Oh, now stop. No.
Just keep them all straight.
Why? If she's like the goody two-shoes little Jehovah's Witness person there, Terry, she's going to probably want to, get away from him if he told her the truth about him, right or wrong?
Not necessarily, because she has fallen in love with who he truly is.
All right, let's take his call. Where is he? What line? Ian? Ian, is that his name? Ian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ian, what's your story? Real
Right.
quick.
Well, what happened was I took her out to dinner for the first time, and then she asked me a bunch of questions about my past, and I was like, no, don't hang around people like that. I don't associate myself like that.
And that's the only crowd you run with.
Well, not really. Sometimes I do, but the other times, sometimes I don't, you know.
All right, so it wasn't really a lie then. I mean, it was like sometimes you do.
I lied to her because she was a real nice girl. I just got divorced, I don't know, maybe a year ago, actually, this October.
All right, do you really like this girl or not?
Yeah, I really
like. Keep on lying.
No, no.
Eventually, it'll all work itself out. Don't ever come clean.
If I tell the truth, Terry, my problem is she's gonna hate me.
Doesn't sound like the biggest lie in the world anyway, Terry. It doesn't sound like a big deal to have to come clean with. Don't come clean with any lies so you don't have to.
Why is she gonna hate you when I mean she knows who you are as a person, and that's truly who you are, then.
It doesn't sound like any concrete evidence or concrete situation anyway. It's all about subjective perspectives on this situation of yours, so just lie about it the way you see it.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Lying, that's what I thought. Why are you tell the truth?
That's right. Why are you inspired to come clean now anyway? Is she coming? Is she getting on to you? Is she catching?
I'm feeling guilty.
You're feeling guilty. Well, get rid of that feeling quick.
Well, you know what? His guilt is going to get worse.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's going to get better because I'm going to talk him out of the guilt. Why is he all of a sudden feeling guilty? Because he likes her.
She's really nice, and we haven't even taken it to the next level. I haven't even kissed her, and we've gone out like 5 times. I've spent maybe 2 bills on her.
Well, definitely don't tell the truth then. Yet you're getting close. You're closing in on the Jehovah's Witness. Usually, Terry, and I don't want to stereotype the whole Jehovah's Witness crowd because I only knew one girl, and she was pretty quick. All right? I don't know what I'm not going to pretend like I know what was witnessed. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about the religion, Terry.
Correct.
And I'm not going to say she is representative of the entire crew, but I thought it was going to be a big issue in trying to break her down because of the whole quote-unquote Jehovah's Witness background. But she was moving along at a nice rate of speed, Terry.
Well, she's not moving along at all is the whole thing.
All right, well, maybe that's more of the norm, but I'm just telling you what I experienced. But go ahead.
Everybody that tells me, to talk to her or not to talk to her at all, they tell me to leave her alone. They tell me that she's going to be crazy and to just cut my losses. But she's a nice girl, you know what I mean? She doesn't do anything crazy, and she's smart.
All right, whatever.
He's getting feelings for her, and that's where the guilt comes in.
Okay, so come clean. Go ahead. See how that works out for you, and then report back to us, all right?
All right.
Tell her, you're real trouble.
I used to operate an underage prostitution ring. It was no big deal, really.
It doesn't sound like big-time trouble to me, Terry.
Right, I know.
Right, if you date a nice girl, you got to show her you're a pile early.
It sounds like
up front. Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
It worked out for you, didn't it?
If you're truly a pile, but it sounds like a situation where he doesn't realize how nice a guy he is. Some nice guys don't want to be nice guys,
right?
Because obviously they feel like the tools that they are. But it sounds to me like it's a nice girl dating a nice guy. Why is he making it more complicated than it has to be? Why do people who have good relationships going on have to make it more complicated than it has to be? No, there's going to be trouble. Shut up!
Doesn't want to let her down.
Let her down with what? He's a good guy. Did you hear him?
I heard him, yeah.
didn't sound like a big deal. Did he sound like a big deal problem to you?
No.
Better than him living this big facade. Who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some shady friends.
Morgan is calling from Pittsburgh. Good morning, Morgan.
We all do.
Morning, how you doing today?
How are you, Morgan?
Man, I'm doing great. I just want to call up and let email you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? It comes down to primal instinct. You know, it goes back to the days of the caveman.
Yeah.
All you doing is thinking, you know, you want a woman by your side, and all of a sudden you're 10 years with a woman, and next thing you know, you're right there looking at the next intern.
It's no accident that they wound up at lunch together, Terry.
No accidents whatsoever.
It's no accident that he ordered the tube steak. It's no accident that she's sitting there all giddy, Terry. It's no accident. There are no accidents in this world. It's no accident that they wind up at the Red Roof Inn. It's no accident that, I don't know how it wound up in your VJ. It's no accidents here, Terry.
The only accidents you had were the ones on the road, and that ain't on the road.
Oh, another accident.
Gotta get home quick.
Oh,
glad I brought spare boxers again today.
There's McDonald's napkins in the glove compartment. Please.
Shedrick. Good morning.
Never when you need them.
Good morning, Shedrick. Is it Shedrick?
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Is it Shedrick?
Shedrick.
Shedrick from Tacoma. Good morning, Shedrick.
Good morning, man. Hey, I just want to comment on the email.
Yes.
I think when women flirt at work, man, and you go out to lunch and everything, it makes the sex a lot hotter when you get home.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying this man is just using this 24-year-old as a jump start to what he's going to bring his fiance when he walks through the door. Interesting take on this, Shedrick. However, I doubt it. Highly.
Nice excuse.
If the girl steps up to the plate, you see, once a man knows that other women are out there and they are still attracted to you, then he can use that to his advantage.
Yes.
And once she gets home, if she steps up to the plate and notices that, hey, my man still has it, he still got it, and she can turn it on for him.
I didn't realize this. What a thoughtful, giving fiance this emailer has, Terry. What a wonderful guy that he is already dabbling in the foreplay for the sex that he's going to give her when he gets home before she's even gotten started, Terry. He's revving up his engine so he can bring her the ruckus like never before when he gets home. What a very thoughtful fiance.
So the phone conversation is, so what are you doing at lunch? Well, I'm
getting ready for you, baby. And then I find the right woman for the job.
Time to rev.
Because my dilly is so rare to go.
Get ready, babe, when I get home.
But she can't have it. Only you can.
Right.
Because that would be cheating.
She's
begging for it right now, too, baby. You should see her. Oh, does she look pathetic?
Yeah, she wants it.
The T-Man.
I could get upset. Things could get out of hand.
Terry, with all the phone calls we've taken on, the email and other things, we've neglected your stories for a little bit of time. If there's a couple that you'd like to share with us at this time, there's a definite time window we can use for your stories right now. What do you have there?
In L.A., owners of a Rottweiler and a couple other different breeds of dogs have sued a company called Hollywood Paws.
Hollywood Paws.
Hollywood Paws.
Yes,
because
P-A-U-S-E, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Because they failed to help turn their dogs into stars.
Oh, they got an open and shut case then. Absolutely. And the dogs had every right to be stars. Hollywood Paws did not do what was obviously coming to these dogs, and now they get the millions.
Right. We'll see what happens there.
Very simple tip.
This one lady claims that her dog was rejected from the Tyra Banks show.
Terry, I have a...
So she's
tragic.
upset.
A lot of dogs on that show.
She thought
They wanted to be a star.
Thought her dog had the cool factor.
I got a turtle. Should have been a big star, Terry. Oh.
Well,
it's not too late, right, Terry? You want to take a look?
No. Not really.
All right. It's a big star.
Oh, big star.
That's right.
Apparently, this Hollywood Paws company offers training in
all right,
media
whatever. I don't care
skills
about the Hollywood Paws. What else do you have? What other quick stories do you have there, baby?
In New Hampshire, police...
You want to see my big turtle?
No.
All right. Come out of your shell.
In New Hampshire, a wife allegedly chased her husband with an axe after an argument.
Really?
Yeah.
This is why I don't have an axe around the house. Because my wife has a long reach.
Does she?
Yes.
Husband was able to run out of the house run out of his house into a neighbor's house.
Yeah, when you have to run into your neighbor's home for safety, when you have to dive through the neighbor's front window for safety because your wife is chasing you with an axe, I'd say the marriage is in a little bit of trouble, wouldn't you, Terry?
Yeah, that's when he called police.
Did you have an axe to grind?
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you have a wife. No, when you have sharpened weaponry hanging around the house. Somebody doesn't feel like they're getting the better end of the argument, so what better way to win an argument than pick up the axe? Now what?
Oh, I got the samurai sword.
Whoa.
That's funny. I have a samurai sword hanging from a wall in my house that if you even just touch it, if you just put your thumb or any finger on it, you'll bleed without even having it swung.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we raised it a little bit for the young child.
Doesn't slice off a finger?
Slice off their whole body, yeah.
Right. Good move.
Who did you hang it?
Raised it a little bit. We don't have to worry about it until he's about 6.
There you go.
What's that now, Stephen?
Did you rehang it yourself?
What, are you crazy? There's a light bulb in my house needs changing. I'm calling somebody.
Really?
I'm not joking.
I believe you.
It's up high.
Well, you don't want it to fall on him. I was worried if you hung it, maybe it'll fall.
I'm not very good at these things. Anyway.
It's kind of dangerous, though, nonetheless.
Stan, do you think you're not the type to get in arguments in the house?
No, Stephen's not an argument.
He's more the pick up the axe guy. I've had enough.
Do you think so? No.
Stephen, one day we'll pick up an axe, and I'll be in the room.
Saying.
And I'll be running into the neighbor's yard, screaming for my life.
Calling 911.
I've held an axe, but not in anger.
Who's our neighbor here at the building? Well, whoever's next door, I'll be running. Kilbrat Snap! Help me! You gotta kill me! He's a maniac! Always has been! I finally got evidence that he was screwing his dog and he snapped!
He's dancing like you never danced before.
Now, ladies and gentlemen of the listening audience, I think this would be a good time to give away. This is for our Bay Area listeners only.
Okay.
For Bay Area listeners only. Listen up. You all know about Boo Bomb. You don't need to be told about Boo Bomb. And all the people in the Northwest feel very neglected right now. But let me tell you this. By the end of this here week, Terry, a week that's just getting started, by the end of this week, somebody's going to win a flyaway to the Bay Area to go see Boo Bomb.
Sweet deal.
On October 30th in San Jose.
Good.
All right,
That'd
but for right now, somebody in the Bay Area can win tickets. A pair of tickets, in fact, for you and a guest. 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call. The first caller.
Whoa.
On the toll-free lines. From the Bay Area and the Bay Area only, unless, of course, you want to pay your own way. This is not a flyaway ticket giveaway at this time.
Right.
Unless you want to, if you feel the need to go to Boo Bomb so badly in the Northwest, and you want to call up and win the tickets... No, screw that. No, it's only for Bay Area listeners. Because, I was just thinking that. Someone will say that they're doing that and then sell them on eBay, and I don't want that.
It's sold out.
I don't want that. It's sold out, and I don't want a Northwest person calling up, saying that they're going to go to the show, go to the concert, Terry, and then selling them on eBay, because they'll get a lot of money for that. Because the tickets are high in demand, as you know.
Yeah, so
the Northwest people will have their shot later this week, and we have 3 or 4 flyaways. I'm not sure the exact number. Yeah, we'll give away one by the end of the week. And then, if you win the flyaway, you have to go. You can't sell those tickets, because your ass better be on that plane.
Right.
All right?
Well, it's in your name.
You don't get the tickets to the concert until your ass is on the plane. Right. I don't want someone making out big time, making bank on this whole deal.
We'll call them.
This is for people who really want to go to the show. This is for people that really want to go to the concert. And trust me, there are tons of them. Especially in the Bay Area, that know how big-time Boo Bomb is every year. Boo Bomb. Thank you so much. We just added to the fun. Thank you so much.
We're like cheerleaders now.
Let me hit the phone lines. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is David Griffith.
Oh, wow. First and last name. David, can you turn down your radio, please, or whatever is in the background there? Can you turn?
Yes, sir, you got it.
Tell me about yourself there, David.
I live in Fairfield, and I work in San Francisco, and I'd love to go to the Boo Bomb concert.
And you have no tickets as of this moment?
I have no tickets as of this moment.
And you really feel like you are a Boo Bomb kind of guy? You really feel like a fan of Ludacris and Chingy and all the big stars that are on this lineup top to bottom? That's you? Is that you, David? Or are you a guy, even though you're from the Bay Area, that's going to run on eBay and sell the tickets?
Oh, I'd like to go. That sounds really neat.
I'd like to go. That sounds really neat.
Cool.
And who would you take with you?
Good question.
I don't know what this guy did, Terry.
Neat.
All right, you know what? Just give him away to somebody else, man.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You sure?
He's had it with you.
I'd like to go, but it's all right. You can give him to somebody else.
Good reverse psychology, Terry.
Yeah.
No, David! What's the matter? What's wrong? Come back!
You can't have a concert without David Griffiths.
David?
Yeah.
By that act of kindness that you've shown us. Should we give him 4 tickets, Terry?
Absolutely.
The rest of them.
Yeah, give them all to him.
Oh, we got a whole pile of tickets, Steven. I give him the rest of them. He's got a whole section.
4 tickets?
He's got a whole section to himself. No, don't get crazy. I'm going to give you 2 tickets, David. All right?
All right, thank you.
But it'd be nice of you to tell us. It'd be nice of you to have an idea of who you're going to go with.
Jeez. Probably my buddy Joey, my roommate.
Buddy Joe, your roommate. Oh, very close buddies, aren't you?
No.
Why do you have a male roommate there, David? Oh, David.
Yes.
Why have you opted for the male roommate? Are you a gay man or no?
No.
Oh, well, why don't you just say, T-Man, we do it to save expenses. We're good friends. We've been friends. We used to play ping pong way back through the years, and this is a means that people utilize to try to save themselves some cost. That's the answer you're looking for, David. Is that the answer?
Yes, sir.
No, we like to experiment with gay sex, too, even though we're heterosexual. What's the answer? I'm asking you why you have a male roommate. Give me an answer.
Because he had a room for rent.
He had a room for rent, and you guys have been buddies. Did you just meet each other through this room for rent classified and became buddies, or?
No, it's my friend, old friend of mine.
It's an old friend of yours. Going back how far? Back through this?
No, just a couple of years.
Couple of years. And how did you meet your friend Joey?
Through friends.
Through friends.
Friends of a friend.
You run with the same crowd.
Hey, Joey, this is Dave. Dave, this is Joey.
Mm-hmm. Wow. We're good friends then.
Yes, yeah, like
hey, that's besides the play. Are you going to give me the tickets or not?
Did I say I was going to give you the tickets? I've already said I'm going to give you the tickets. I just like to know who David's going to be sitting next to.
Yeah,
and you're going to be sitting next to your little friend Joey, and you're very testy about it.
Jeez.
Testies.
Did you have a bad case of the hiccup?
Why do you have a problem? Why do you have a problem discussing about Joey and yourself there?
There is no problem.
Just trying to get to know you a little better, David.
Boy. All right, see, man. Give him away to someone else.
Oh, my gosh.
Jeez, David. Sensitive.
So defeated, man.
All right, David, I will.
All right.
So long.
He's tired of all the questions about his sexuality, living with the guy.
God.
Could have been just one of those guys to actually see if he could make it through, and wow, I did. I don't really want to go to this thing. But who doesn't want to go?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But now he can't go. He said it one too many times.
Yeah.
One too many times, David! You say it once, I'll reel you back in. Say it twice, I'm drawing you back!
Your wish is our command.
So now the tickets are up for grabs again.
Wow.
Just like that.
David did not feel comfortable discussing Joey.
Stupid.
They only need 4 more to put on their own version of Friends.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, but Gloria Gaynor and Taylor Dane, I'll take those tickets.
Are they touring together, Steven?
I don't know.
That'd be pretty sweet. I was a tad interested.
Who's this?
This is Monica.
Monica.
Yes.
Oh, just give me someone else, Steven.
Yeah, screw you.
Can we just say I would be more than happy to take those tickets?
Yes.
Yeah, because my partner here at work, we would go and have a great time, and definitely wouldn't be selling them on eBay, that's for sure.
And what's your partner's name, Joey?
What's that?
What's your partner's name?
Michelle.
And where do you guys work?
We work on an ambulance.
At an ambulance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit in the back. I'm working.
And what part of the city, what part of the area do you work in?
We work in San Mateo County.
Sam, and you are on call with the woo-woo and the go save a life kind of situation whenever you are...
That is us, yes.
And what is your particular responsibility when someone's life is in jeopardy? What do you do?
Hit the gas and get to the hospital.
Pretty much.
You make the brownies? What do you do there?
I'm the paramedic, so I get the drugs and I...
Pretty responsible.
Drugs, wow.
I like it. You're just the kind of person we want to know.
Yeah, that's exciting. What a job, man.
And you and your Save-A-Life friend there want to go to Boo Bob?
Yes, we do.
If there's anyone deserving, I'm really feeling like it was meant to be that Dave got all fed up with us.
Yeah.
Didn't want to talk about his little friend Joey.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what he was all about, but he seemed a little indecisive.
Uh-huh.
Just a tad.
Especially with the roommate situation. I don't know what that was all about. But
And you're very decisive with your friend. You get it on in the back of that ambulance, and nobody needs...
We're ready to go. We are so ready to go.
Okay.
Good deal.
I think we should go.
Now, do you guys have boyfriends? Do you guys have significant others? Do you guys have a social life you'd like to discuss, or are you pretty single? What's the status there?
Well, we both are single. However, we're both kind of working our own little situations off to the side, so...
All right. Does that mean you guys like to dabble in lesbonic behaviors, or what are you saying there?
Basically, I'm saying...
Do you guys tongue kiss in the back of the ambulance, or what?
No, none of that. None of that. She definitely and I are definitely not like that. That's for sure.
Well, every woman is like that these days. You guys don't...
Not every woman.
You guys don't take an stick and, like, peel back some vaginal hair or anything like that?
No, definitely
With
none of
an
that.
stick.
An stick.
Well, maybe she doesn't want to go full board first time around with touching her down there, Terry. But, you know, take an stick and...
It's like you're dissecting something.
That's right. That's exactly what I meant. So you guys don't do anything like that?
What's that?
You guys have no interest in each other or any lady-on-lady behaviors?
Well, my partner doesn't. I can't say the same about myself, but my partner is definitely not into that.
So get a couple in you, get a couple of vodka cranberries in you, and you are more than ready to start mashing some woman's face, right?
I don't need alcohol for that.
Really? All right. Well, when was the last time you experimented like that?
Well, there is no experimentation.
So you're
gay.
straight.
Oh, you're outright lesbian.
Yes, I am.
Oh, so it's how much does it bother you that your partner there is unwilling to even dabble into the lifestyle that you make a day-to-day experience?
It doesn't bother me at all because
she's not your
I
type?
have no interest in her that way. We're just really good friends.
So why don't you turn to her and tell her how butt ugly you think she is?
No, I don't think she's butt ugly
and how
at all.
comfortable that makes it all on the job.
It doesn't make it uncomfortable at all.
It's a damn good thing she ain't good looking because you wouldn't be able to focus on saving a life.
No, I can actually focus pretty well. It's not even like that.
So what's your type?
What's my type?
Yeah, what kind of women do it for you?
Well, they usually have to be blonde. Yeah. And athletics of some sort.
Athletic. So are you usually the girlfriend type in the relationship or the boyfriend type in any relationship that you are partaking in? Are you more the masculine or the feminine type?
Is your hair really short?
If you had to put a label, I would probably be the masculine, but I wouldn't say that I'm masculine at all, considering.
So you look for when you look for a woman, you look for a more feminine type as opposed to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But again, I wouldn't say that I'm very masculine at all. But
for what woman would? Have you been to a WNBA game in the past 2 years?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Big fan.
Yes.
Drive all the way to Sacramento
on a Harley. Okay.
She does have a Harley and some chaps.
And even though you have no attraction and no interest in your partner there of any sexual nature, you want to take her to Boo Bomb.
I would love to take her to Boo Bomb because we went to the Mary J. Blige concert not too long ago, and it was a blast.
All right, and she's going to be some bait for some potential lesbian hookups you could have at Boo Bomb, or what?
Well, I don't think there's going to be very many lesbians at the Boo Bomb concert, but I'm not going there for that. I'm going there for the artist.
It's a big
enough.
enough.
I love Ludacris. I love E40.
Yeah, who doesn't? It's a big enough arena. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be all types there, I'm sure. All right, and now you get to go with your ambulance friend.
Did we get her name? What's her name?
What's your name again?
My name is Monica.
Monica.
All right, Monica.
And your friend's name is what?
My partner here at work is Michelle.
Michelle.
Monica and Michelle.
Terry, it's only a matter of time before they cross the line together.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They can't work hand in hand, saving lives all these days for too much longer without catching each other in the right light.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, can I just say that not only am I a Wild VIP, but I also have Wild 94.9 on my friend's page.
All right, well, who doesn't? Anyway, hang on the line.
Well, I'm not like the last guy. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right. You don't have to convince us. You already won the tickets.
Yeah, you're there.
Take a breath back. You're not on life support, if to put in your words there. All right, hang on. You've won.
Thank you.
Good job.
Good job, Monica. Congratulations.
Our lesbian friend Monica's going to Boo Boo.
All right.
She can just get some chloroform on a rag and put it over her little coworker's mouth, Terry.
Wow. Is that all it would take?
Yes. Then she's got all kinds of little utensils at her disposal to do everything she's ever dreamed of.
Aw, stick.
Tell me that's not Monica's fantasy. Tell me!
There's a carnival in there.
Cotton swab or joint.
Yeah.
Run through a couple of tests while she's still under the chloroform, Terry. And then when she starts coming through, but still is a little woozy.
Wow.
She, yes, makes a real woman out of her. At least that's what I would do, Terry.
Right.
Is that what it takes to be a real woman?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I know, the being a real woman, baby.
When is it my wife's turn?
That's nice.
It's only a matter of time before she cotton swabs your joint if she hasn't already.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Maybe the test will come back not in your favor.
Oh, jeez.
It's an exciting job, Terry. That's good work.
It is,
That's the kind
actually,
of work
to be
that
commended.
makes you hit the pillow and feel good about yourself.
Right.
Man, I've heard about those kind of jobs, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The T-Man Show.
Don't you know?
We'll return after this.
Now, Pasty, me and Hopscotch did some research on Pasty Dave's fantasy football team during the break, Terry.
Yes.
We have a lot of time on our hands around here.
Yeah.
And we did a little research on Pasty Dave's fantasy football team. I would call it Stephen Kilbreath's fantasy football team, but he doesn't even know 3 players on his own team. His team, with a record of 1-4
Right.
in our league, Terry, is only 1 game out of the playoffs.
Are you serious?
Yes. Because half the league makes the playoffs, and there are a bunch of teams that are tied with records of 2-3, to the point where he, with a 1-4 record, is only 1 game out of the playoffs.
Wow. Woo.
Hang in there, paste a
So all you gotta do is make like a trade where you trade every guy on your team for players that are good, and you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, done.
Start all over. Didn't you do that one year? I swear I
Redraft.
remember you did that one year.
Fire sale week. This is fire sale week for Pasty Dave's team, right or wrong?
Absolutely right.
Everyone must go.
Nobody is safe.
A closing the door sale.
Absolutely.
Nobody on the roster is safe. Is that what you said?
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? Do something different.
I can barely hear you, buddy.
Need to do something different.
Okay.
Get it done.
Carson Palmer, history.
If I can get something for him, absolutely.
Well, you ain't getting anything for him, man. He's too inconsistent. Too inconsistent and ooh, me knee. Who else do you have that's worth a little bit of consideration as far as trade bait?
Who's your mom is like our best wide receiver?
Hoshmanzada?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Who's your mom?
It's hard to say.
Yes, they simplify it. Him and Steven, they call him Who's Your Mama?
Yeah.
All right, so you got Hoshmanzada. That's your best receiver. Any
Right,
wonder
we
why
took
they're
our best
1-4?
Well, why'd you trade?
Man.
Then
Because we didn't actually have a running back, so
Yeah,
which
but
we
when
didn't start.
When I give you a running back,
Gosh.
I give him a running back that runs for over 100 yards, scores a touchdown, they put him on his bench.
I kind of feel sorry for Dave, but he's done pretty well in this league, so I don't feel that sorry.
Do you hear how defeated he sounds?
I know.
In his tone of voice.
I have never heard him sound so defeated when it comes to this league.
Will you be making trades this week?
Absolutely.
Oh, he's ripe for the picking, Terry. He is just asking to be raped, fantasy football-wise.
Do you regret asking me
And
to
in
come
a
to the
lot of other
draft?
ways. What? What's that now?
Does he regret asking me to come to the draft?
Did Steven screw up your whole year?
Of course not.
I mean, deep inside, how do you really feel?
It's okay if you feel that way.
No.
I feel that way.
Do you feel like you just want to wail back and punch Kilbreath in the face, or what?
I'm glad that Kilbreath got to experience the live draft.
But it ruined your year, is what you're saying at the same time. As much as you're glad that he got to experience his first live fantasy football draft, the fact that he knows nothing about sports just threw you off completely, and it ruined your year.
It jinxed him.
It's not like
It
his
made
picks,
you waste the $250 entry fee.
on paper, his picks looked great, and I probably can't argue too much with who he went with, but
Who we went with, by the way. And I mean, there was no gun to your head.
Here we go.
It's the blame game.
All right, you starting to feel like you want to punch him in the face now?
a little bit.
So there was a gun to your head. is what
Okay,
you're
good.
saying.
Tomorrow morning on the program, Pacey Dave just wails back and fires a fist at Kilbreath's
Oh,
face.
I'd love to throw one at him then as well.
Wow. It's
It's going to be quite the bitch fight, let me tell you.
Oh, if they're throwing fists, Pacey's going to bend over.
Because I like fists.
Okay, settle down.
He's very upset this morning. He
He
does
is.
not like seeing his team at 1-4. He's had a
No.
good history.
He has.
He's had a good run with fantasy football.
Every year he's in it.
All of a sudden, Kilbreath goes to the draft with him this year, making stupid little girly-like comments, and everything's ruined.
No coincidence.
That's why
No,
I
I don't
never
think it is
even
either.
participated like that.
So your strategy is not going to be to hang on. Your strategy is going to be to fire sale the team and try to rework the roster, get some new chemistry in the clubhouse, and give it a go.
Kind of feel like I'm starting over, but yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's gotta suck.
Just
We're
the
starting
guy.
over,
Just the
sorry.
guy I'm looking for in the league, Terry.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, if only he had good players, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's the problem
That's the
right
point.
there.
He's got
What are you
nothing
gonna
to
do?
I don't want Carson Palmer. I'd rather have Carson Daly on my team. I'd rather have Robert Palmer.
Rest in peace.
Is he dead?
He is dead, yeah.
Really? When did he,
How did he die?
He was addicted to love. No, I don't know how he died.
when did he die?
4 years ago?
Wow.
Addicted to love, got AIDS. Oh, what a All right. I don't know. Are you all right in there?
I think if these players do what they're supposed to do, I think we'll be fine.
Your
though.
players do what they're supposed to do. You're going to wind up 1-14.
But they're supposed to be good.
Well, good enough to be in the league, but not good enough to beat out all the other players that are on the other fantasy football
They were
teams.
supposed to be, but they're not. So
But your best
we can move
receiver
on.
is the number 2 receiver.
Yeah, your best receiver sucks.
Who is their receiver?
I asked you who your best receiver is. You say Hushmanzada.
Well, we had a good one,
But he's also a number 2 receiver.
You know, you stick with your guys that are good enough to win for you. All right, maybe they'll start to do what you think they should be doing. All right, even if they play way above their heads, you're going 1-15.
Our season ticket sales are up this year. That's all I'm happy with.
And 1-15 may get you a playoff spot.
Yeah, probably.
All right, look, cross your fingers.
The T-Man.
Go out, look for a job. The word today is job. Job.